No drum set. It is your boy Newbie. What is going on, everybody? First off, happy Sunday. Happy Valentine's Day. I appreciate everybody tuning in, especially because I know a lot of you guys have girlfriends, wives, and things like that. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. There's also another thing that happens today, actually. It is the first week with no football. So there will be no more football talks when we start our shows moving forward. So that's a little sad. I love football. So guys, new comic book day, comic news, comic spec. What does that mean? PowerPoint. Shout out to Michael Scott for making that line famous. I got 2 out of the 4 in my comic group, comic family. First up, he made it on time. He actually made it on time. 2021 has been a good month, or a good year so far for Hyper on time, but we got Hyper. What's going on, man?
And screw football.
Hey, I'm rocking the hockey jersey today, man. So, it is what it is.
It's good, man. It's good.
How things?
It's pretty good, man. Just enjoying the Sunday. I got Monday off, so yeah, man. Just it's been a lazy Sunday today.
Yeah. All ready for new comic book day?
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
I still haven't picked up my books from Wednesday, so I gotta go out there. But yeah.
Oh, last Wednesday, you mean?
Yeah, last Wednesday. So like High Republic, number 3rd print, Radiant Black, all that stuff. I have not picked it up yet, so I gotta make my way. And with the holiday tomorrow, I probably won't be there until like.
That's true. You guys have a holiday, damn Ontario people.
Yeah, family day. So
yeah. We don't believe in families apparently here.
Yeah, and guys, next up, I don't want to leave them in backstage too long, but it is the legendary Mr. Information. The man, the myth, all the way from PA. It is Mr. FaceTime.
Nation. What's going on, guys?
And the myth. Shit. Sorry, my bad.
What happened there?
I did the same thing as yesterday, as last week. I tried to like maximize it, and yeah, I pressed like another page on YouTube or some shit. So,
all right, cool.
But Face, how you doing, man?
Not too bad. Can't complain.
Can't complain. You ready for new comic book day?
Of course.
What are you looking most to this comic book day?
Oh man. Probably that Last Ronin.
Last Ronin? Oh, is it? Yeah. Well, yeah, number 2, right? Yeah. Because the director's cut doesn't come out yet, right?
No. I believe the FOC for that was, I think, last week. So.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's
all right. Well, guys, before we start the show, we're a little professional now. Believe it or not, all the way up here in Niagara. So we got to give a shout out to some of the partners and sponsors we have. First up, Big B Comics. There's their Facebook, their Instagram, and their eBay. 3 stores. One in Barrie, one in Hamilton. The one I rock, the one I rep is the one in Niagara. Because guess what? That's where I'm at. Next up is comic book pressing. We got Bleecker Street Comics, $10 a press, $5 a clean. The man has like 4,000 comics on his website. He's loading them up. I think last week he was up to 2,000. He's got a bunch. Go check out that website right there, bleekerstreetcomics.com. Solid dude, nice dude. I think for the most part, all Canadians are a little nice. So yeah. And lastly, we got Bird City Comics in affiliation with Drunken Chat and all them guys. So go check out Anthony and Bird City Comics. Their Instagram, obviously, Bird City Comics.
You got to make the sound effect every time you say that.
I ain't going to make a sound effect.
Bird City Comic. Caw-caw.
So yeah, check them out. They got some exclusives that come out. I just posted a few of them that came out this past weekend, so be on the lookout because I will be putting some of their stuff up. But if you want to take advantage, make sure you guys go check them out ahead of time. Boom. So yeah, so super professional, super professional. Before we get started,
what we'll call it.
let's get into the chat. Mr. Lasso, thank you so much for joining me, man. Sam, fellow Canadian. Renos, what's up? Reno, dude. So Renos actually contacted me the other day. He's like, listen, I want to send you an AOK. Renos and I work together because I'm a busy man. Nubi's a busy man. He's got 2 full-time jobs. We work together. There's like 6,000 people who work where we work, so it's always been hard. But yeah, he wanted to send me an AOK. I said, dude, Niagara Falls, let's meet. He dropped it off, and yeah, so I got it. Videos coming, so shout out to Renos, one of the good guys in the community. We got Wesley, 1/3 of Power Pack. I caught your show on 5:30 earlier. So if you guys don't know, Power Pack, them young kids, man. I know I look young, but they're way young. They do a good show. What is it? 5:30 Eastern every Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on? Sith Lordy, you already know. Spine Ticks.
I got to give Spine Ticks a special shout out yesterday. They went on for about 6 hours once again. I don't know how these guys pull it off, but yeah, it was a 6-hour show.
I caught you guys on the rewind.
Yeah, Hyper Morpheus, made a surprise appearance at the second half of that show. So yeah.
Shout out to everybody that was in Spine Ticks.
Spine Ticks.
Yeah. Spine Ticks. You guys did a great job. If it wasn't past my bedtime when you guys go, I'd be rocking with you guys. But I do what I can, right? Pacino, what's going on, man? Yeah, Rangers. Mark Messier, greatest hockey leader of all time. Damn it, I said
what
it.
happens? We got to go to bed early.
Damn it, I said it.
You probably haven't watched hockey in the 80s.
Dream of August.
More proof he's old.
Johnny, thank you for tuning in. Doom. One of my favorite people, one of the nicest people. I always enjoy my chats and hanging out with Doom. Comic Food 2814. And there's a lot of people, so I apologize. Sparks, what's going on, man? Whew. I should really get to this. I always enjoy my chats, with Doom. What is that? That's not me. I don't know. That might be Face. Sean, what's going on?
I'm good.
Oh, I heard an echo of the show. So,
Southern I heard it too.
What is going on? Last Ronin, Bricks. Oh, man, we got everybody here. Freaky Louie. All right, so there's a lot of you guys. Ramirez, big shout out to you. I saw you guys on Power Pack and things like that. David, Comic Lover Comments. All right, so let's get started. If I missed anybody, it wasn't on purpose, guys. I apologize. I just, me. I want to get on with the show. I want to talk comics. I want to have a good time. Let's get it on. Oh, no, you know what? I'll get to that on comic news time. I was actually just going to ask you guys a question, but we can do that when we get to the comic news side of things. All right. Image Comics, you're up first. Whew. First off, can I ask you guys, Face and Hyper, what do you guys think this week? You guys think it's light? You guys think it's heavy? You guys think it's good?
So.
Lighter week, man.
Yeah, I think it's light. I think I was talking to Sparks last week. I mean, I talked to him occasionally, but especially last week, and we were kind of going through some of the books, saying, like the next couple of weeks it seems like it's super light. So
I could use a few light weeks with all these claim sales and all that's been going on. Yeah, I could.
Oh, dude, and great news for Ontario and Southern Ontario, especially. We're out of lockdown as of Tuesday. So Tuesday, I am already planning to wake up at like 7:30 in the morning. I'm driving to a comic warehouse like 2.5 hours away from my house. I'm going to be there all day, probably get back home an hour before we go live. So, yeah, I can't wait to get back into the shops, man.
Shop owners, watch out. Newbies hitting your stores.
Yeah, Kitchener, I'll be there. Yeah. All right,
he's gonna be taking the score.
Let's get started. Who dat? What's going on, man? Let's get started. We're starting off with Excellence number 10. We got 2 covers here. Excuse me. I'm not picking this book up. It's not something that I've been on. So, what do we got here? Boom, boom, boom. I mean, it's a dope cover. Don't get me wrong. Just not really on it.
Yeah, I mean, that cover seems like it'd be one that's right up your alley.
Yeah, the white, black, and red. Yeah, I honestly I really like the cover. I just, you know, it's. I'd rather just save my money for something else.
I can't blame you. I mean, like I said, this isn't the series that I've been on, so
No. 10 issues, and honestly, like I know you guys make fun of me, but like this is one of the series that I don't really remember talking about. To be honest with you.
When do we make fun of new?
Yeah, when do we? I take offense to that, man.
You guys are always like, "Oh man, come on, we talked about it." Blah blah blah. That was my both of you.
First of all, why do you make us sound like sailors or something from like the 1950s?
I know, right?
I don't know, man. I can't even answer that. That's why I don't do impressions that much, man. I don't do impressions that much. Moving on, we got Family Tree number 11. I think I've seen some of the other ones. The covers of this, they're always like they're similar to this, right?
Yeah, but Face, I think you're on this, right?
No, actually, I haven't been on this. It's actually one that I've wanted to pick up though, because it's a Lemire title, so I'm sure it's good.
Yeah, like my image pull isn't that heavy right now. It's just a few titles.
Oh man, I think the next book is something that a lot of people are going to be picking up, and it works out because it is a light week for sure. But a lot of people, I think, are going to be on Ha Ha 2. We got 2. I say 2 because previews is only showing 2, but I'm assuming Mr. Information in FaceTime will probably tell us that there's like a bunch of ratios or something like that.
I think there's a ratio, but I know there's a bunch of exclusives for it.
Exclusives? Okay.
But there should be a cover.
There's a lot of exclusives. And there's definitely a cover.
Yeah, so there's this one, and then this one looks like a winner for me. I
was joking. This is how girls be looking like during the lockdown period when the salons were all closed.
Yeah. I don't know. Here's the thing. I get like you want to get cover A, but like I'm really like you, Hyper. I'm really trying to cut down on some of the purchases just because you know how I feel. Like just because it's a light week doesn't mean you have to buy everything because it's that week. Like
I know what you're saying. It's like you have a certain budget, and then when it's a lighter week, you almost feel like you got to put that money into something else when you could easily have just kept it for another week. I hear you.
Yeah,
right?
But so, this series, I gotta get it, man.
Yeah. You're Face. I know you're probably getting both covers, right?
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Yeah. All right, moving on. We got Still Water. We're at number 6.
Definitely pick this up.
Yeah.
This is probably like end of the story arc. So.
Yeah, it says right there. Yeah,
pretty important issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's some interesting stuff, and then I know for a fact Face is picking up The Walking Dead number 9. I should be careful when I say that because sometimes like I don't know if he's just going with me on the ride there, but I just assume I know you like Transformers, I know you like G.I. Joe, I know you like Walking Dead, so I just assume you're picking them up.
Actually I am picking it up. I'm actually picking up the B covers though, just the reprints of the main covers. Just because I just enjoy rereading it in color, so.
Yeah. I think and I'm not promoting, I'm not promoting anything or anyone, but I think Very Gary posted he had some books he was selling. I think he had like 25 slabs or something like that, and I think he had The Walking Dead. I can't remember if it was 1 or something. I don't know. There was one that I know a lot of Walking Dead fans would want, and it's up there. So if you're interested and you're looking for Walking Dead, check out Very Gary.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, moving on to Dark Horse. We got Barbalian, Red Planet, number 4. Did I butcher it or did I get it? I think I got it.
No, you got it right, bro. You got it right.
You gotta stop being paranoid, man.
We'll
call you out ourselves. We don't need your help.
We'll let you know when you screw it up. Don't worry.
Oh man,
this is another one. I actually haven't been on. It's Jeff Lemire, but actually no. Yeah, no, this is Jeff Lemire, and I think it's part of the Black Hammer universe though, which is pretty expensive already. So there's a lot to it, which is the whole reason why I haven't done it, because I didn't get into it in the beginning, so just kind of missed the boat on that one.
Yeah. Hey, you miss some, you win some, right? That's just the way the hobby goes. That's the way the game goes. My girlfriend not too long ago was like, instead of saying you missed out on a book, why don't you just buy every book that comes out every Wednesday? And I'm like,
man, you gotta really work on your imitations. I hope she's not in the room when you do these voices.
I'm like, it's easy because I don't want to go broke. But yeah, that's her,
But question, do you imitate that voice when you're actually around her?
No.
Okay.
He would never do that.
No, man. No. All right, we got Stranger Things crossover number 4 as well. They're kind of looking like Virgin covers here. I don't even know what the hell's going on here, but it's crossover, correct? Yeah. I don't know. This isn't something I'm picking up.
What is this?
Stranger Things. I'm even scared to say I've never watched Stranger Things because I know you guys know that I don't watch Star Wars, so I don't want to say that, and then you guys,
Yo, quick question. Why is the Happy Valentine's Day still going strong after 4 or 5 issues of being shown?
Right. Like, it's just kind of in the way at this point. I was trying to see what issue that was.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know.
Yeah,
I apologize.
I was like, we get it, bro. We get
I'm
it.
like trying to read the name of it. It's like blocking it perfectly.
I'm just supporting Dave.
I know. No, I'm not hating, but I'm just saying.
Sorry, bro. All right, and then so we got all of those, and then finally we get to Young Hellboy: The Hidden Land #1. As soon as people see that it's a #1, people assume there's going to be big things. I'm not so sure.
I'm usually a pretty big fan of Hellboy, but I think I'm going to skip this series just because, I don't know. Can't find the part of me that needs baby Hellboy.
Yeah. What's it called? Take it off. I mean, my girlfriend's in the other room, David. So, I mean, it would get weird.
Whoa.
Oh, jeez.
Y'all need some privacy. We can step out.
I'm about to shut down my cam and be like face after this.
Here we got IDW. Obviously, the book that I think a lot of people outside of Haha #2 are going to get. I think this one is also a clear winner for this week. The Last Ronin #2, we finally get a second issue.
Yeah,
now,
after the first issue came out in October, I think.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. I don't need to tell you guys. I don't need to tell you guys. Yeah, I don't need to tell you guys. You guys already know Hyper, Face, Keys even is picking this up. I'm just waiting to see if this takes off because that'll make that previews book I have some good money. So I'm hoping it's good. It already is good, but it's nice to see that we're finally here. It's been what, 4 months?
Yeah.
It feels like it's been forever.
Newbie, do you mind if we increase the digit to see that 1 in 10? Because that's also.
Yeah, sure. Did you grab it?
I reserved actually two of them from my LCS.
Ooh, yeah, this is nice, man. I like this.
I'm pretty much getting all the ratios. As much as I can. So not as much, but like at least 2.
That is a dope cover, man. I mean, I'm biased, obviously. So anybody hear about the leaks? Last Ronin 2? No, we don't do leaks on this channel.
Yuck.
We don't do that.
Yucky.
All right, so that's a quick IDW for the week. But I mean, it's probably, if not book A, it is book. If it's not book 1, it's book 1B, I guess you could say. I think a lot of people right off the bat probably have this one and Haha 2 on their polls for sure. So yeah, Marvel, we'll come back to it. You guys know how I feel about Marvel. We put a little more emphasis on it. Dynamite, I mean, guys, there's really
the
nothing.
part again. This is
here we go.
Where Newbie's hand has a mind of its own. All right, let's sit back.
Just see where the cursor lands.
See where the cursor just lands, and Newbie blames, spyware.
No, that's it, man. That's the only one. So yeah, big shout out to them. Boom Studios, here we go.
Damn, no love for Dynamite.
No love for Dynamite. Abbott, 1973, number 2. A lot of people were on the first issue. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I'm interested to see how and what happens in this series. To be honest, I personally love the cover Bs. I think in number 1, I like cover A. Here, I'm liking the cover B. I really like this cover.
Yeah, it's pretty dope cover.
Yeah.
Are you guys grabbing both? One? Neither?
I'll be honest. I'm not sure if I'm going to be. I may just do like either a trade weight or just read the rest digitally. I don't think I'm going to be actually grabbing issue 2.
No. Yeah, Philly Boy is saying.
I'm undecided on this one too. To be honest.
Yeah, this would be a cover buy for me, but I'm trying to stay away from some of those covers that I would get, just because you know what, already we're opening up on Tuesday, but a lot of people are already talking about the third lockdown and the third wave. So I'm like, okay, I really just want to be smart with some of the stuff we do.
Oh, for real? That's actually happening?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So yeah, Tuesday, man. That's when we're doing it.
Like fun.
Expanse number 3.
You feel like we've never talked about this before, right?
Yeah, I've never talked about this.
We've definitely talked about it twice before.
We have. Obviously, it's not one I'm picking up.
It's based on a television show from, I believe, the Sci-Fi Channel, I think, or Netflix, some shit. I don't know. I actually have not seen the show, so.
So we got 2 covers. Yeah, there's a Walker cover B there. Is anybody still on Once in a Future?
I'm sure there's a lot of people that are still on it. I've heard it's pretty
I heard it's really good.
I know some people aren't really. I'm here. I hear both sides, because not a lot of people are into the whole storyline because it's based on the whole, King Arthur mythology in the first arc, and now they're doing Beowulf. So like some people aren't really into that kind of lore. So they can't really get into the story. But then other people find it, fascinating. So
right.
It's a hit or miss for some people,
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it. It was one that I just didn't jump on from the beginning, so pretty much not going to jump on it at this point.
Yeah, number 1, I forget what I was watching. I was watching a YouTuber, and he kind of sold me on going to grab issue number 1, and I've been looking for it. I'm just not ready to pay, fee-based prices for it.
They're not that expensive, though. I still think you could still find them around cover price at this point.
Yeah. All right, we got Power Rangers number 4, cover A. After last week's events, I guess it was pretty funny because everybody was so high on that issue and thinking it was going to be something huge. I mean, there was a reveal in the Green Ranger, but I don't think it panned out the way it did. Again, I'm not the biggest Power Ranger fan, so I don't know. But the aftermath doesn't seem to be adding up. But we got Power Rangers number 4.
Well, I guess it was, it was one of those things where it's like, it kind of felt like the talk surrounding it had made it seem like it was either going to be a new character or a certain other character, and then it ended up being someone out of left field who was an existing character already. So,
so is this almost
maybe that's probably why it didn't. What's that?
Is this almost like the equivalent of the virus reveal?
You know what? Honestly, I'm pretty new to Power Rangers, so I can't claim to follow it enough to know if it was, on that level or anything. But that probably had to do with why it didn't, seem to get as much of attention.
Yeah, and that's why I said that comment where I was like, I don't think it lived up to the expectations of what people were thinking. But again, I'm also not the biggest Power Ranger fan, so I can't really say. The way I do my opinions is how life gives them to me. My experience, my choices, and the way I think about people is how life presents them to me. So when life changes it, or people change their actions, then I change my view. So,
and Power Rangers is no TMNT, but in that case, what really holds that standard?
So a lot of people are saying they watched the show, never grabbed the book. Once in a Future's fire. I think they're talking about Expanse. Expanse books are dope. Okay. And I think Will Rap for Comics said that they're on season 5 already for the show, so that's pretty.
Yeah, and I believe the comic is set between season 4 and season 5, if I remember right.
So the comic is canon then.
Yeah,
I believe so.
Okay.
Then we have is this one the Mighty Morphin or is this the same thing?
No. It's the same.
No,
book,
this is the others.
I can't keep up. Again, that's just my mistake because
there's 2 series now.
I'm not huge into Power Rangers, so like
No,
it's
Mighty Morphin.
Just not my thing.
Mighty Morphin came out last week.
Yeah. Okay. So there we go. I'm learning, folks.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into the other, or as Previews has it, comics and graphic novels. So I don't know if you gentlemen have any books that you guys want to talk about here, but I'll scroll down. Let me know if you guys see one, and then we can jump into Marvel, which that's where most of my talking comes.
All right.
You don't say.
You don't say. Well, I have to make up for it because once we get to DC, I'm just like quiet. So.
No, aren't you picking up some of the Future State titles?
No.
So sorry.
I heard Teen Titan doing well on the secondary market.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. So we got Black.
So Black Cotton should be an interesting one.
This is the one. Yeah, this is the reverse roles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This could be a controversial issue, depending on how it's written. Because this is essentially like you just said. It's basically where the roles are reversed, where basically, the Caucasians are like the minority in this case, and that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna get too deep into the synopsis, but that's as much as I know.
I think that this one though will be one of those books that
Sounds interesting.
If you didn't order it, you're probably going to be missing out. Like I don't think a lot of shops would have it. Maybe in bigger cities, but I know for sure none of my shops would have this unless you pre-ordered it for sure.
Yeah, because it is a Scout. It is a Scout Comics issue, so it's not going to be a heavily ordered issue number 1.
Yeah, Hollow Heart. I can't remember the title. The cover looks like it's something I should be remembering, but I can't remember. Like I've seen this cover before. I can't remember.
Who did this Vault, right? Yeah. This is supposed to be a big one as well, but I don't really. Do you know much about this one, Face?
I actually don't.
I think does this follow the whole horror line for Vault Comics that they've been doing?
Yeah, it looks like it does. So I would assume.
For whatever reason, it looks like a title or a cover I've seen, like people talking about it before release date. Yeah, and it just came to mind. So when I saw it, I was just like, "Do you guys know anything?" But it's a dope cover. Don't get me wrong.
I think there's actually a couple different covers for it, though, isn't there?
Yeah, they do an homage in cover B.
Yeah, they got this one. So they got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they got 4 here. So.
Yeah, because one is a 1 in 15 and one is a 1 in 30. That's a foil variant.
Ugh.
Oh wow. And I know there's a second printing of Serial number 1 coming out.
Yeah, that is gonna be. I don't know. I feel like the first print will be the money book because I think a lot of people missed out on it. A lot of people didn't know what it was, and then the fact that it was getting the second print super quick. I know we talked about it, and I think I was talking with Sparks about it, and we were all like, "What? How is that happening?" But yeah, it's got a second print. It's crazy.
Yeah, the first print you said is going for what, like $20, $25?
Somewhere there, yeah. But yeah, so it's right here. So second printing, yeah. And it literally looks the same as the first print. Like there's not much to, differentiate what's going on. Like it's literally the same. I think if I'm trying to be correct, I think the wording, the color, it's not brown, it's another color, I think.
Yeah. Even Sparks is saying, the second print looks pretty much like the first.
Yeah. So be careful. Okay. I always try to tell you guys, I'm always here for the community, especially the new guys coming in. Be careful. Do your research when you look at first prints, second prints, facsimile things like that. Be careful. Read the description of things. Okay. Because if somebody's going to be selling you a first print or a second print, whichever one's higher, you want to make sure you got that information. All right. So just keep that in mind. Steambound. Yeah, there's a lot of images that don't have covers, eh?
No.
Oh.
We Live. That's another one to be on the lookout for. I think you passed it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Live
sure.
number 5. Yeah. I'll be honest, I have no idea what this is about.
I'm picking it up, but I haven't read it yet. I'm kind of gathering a few issues to kind of read them back to back to back. From the people that have read it, they have enjoyed the series so far.
Yeah, I read the first one. It was really good. And then I've grabbed the issues since, but yeah, like you kind of wait to read a few of them together.
Because it's pretty much a mini series, right? It's not an ongoing.
Rix is on it. Kachun is on it. So yeah, they're really liking it. Same so it's pretty good. All right, guys. So the part where I do most of the talking. No, I'm not on a word count, so it's not for those reasons. But let's kick it off. We got Spider-Man number 57, second printing. Really? Second printing? Is there going to be a third printing? Is there going to be a fourth printing?
You know what the funny thing is, Newbie? You were talking about cutting down on your pull list. Well, I finally pulled the trigger, and I told my LCS to drop ASM off my pull list. And watch, the next issue is going to be something important, and I'm going to miss out on it. That's usually going to be my luck.
That new uniform issue, though, you want it.
I'm trying to resist that FOMO with that whole new uniform thing.
You know what?
You want it, bro.
But let's be real here, okay? Captain Marvel just had one. Fantastic Four just had one. Like, some of these don't really mean that much.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, Newbie. Historically, Spidey uniforms do tend to have some heat in the aftermarket. Like when he does get a new uniform, like variant.
So what you're saying is, I need to buy 5 copies.
If you buy 5 copies, I don't want you to basically put me on the cross for it if it doesn't sell on your.
I feel like I've seen this discussion before.
Yeah. There's an abbreviation we use around here. What is it? But does it have legs? BDI. But does it have HL? Yeah. So if you guys ever
fingers and toes and shit.
Off the tongue, it rolls right off the tongue. That's what we're talking about. So I'll probably make it into a T-shirt or a mug, or charge people $1, $2 just to say it or something. You never know. All right, Black Widow number 5. I will say I'm loving the covers. I just won't be picking it up. But this is a dope cover. I really like this cover. I really like this cover.
What, like, is she like a tarantula? What exactly is going on there? Like,
it seems like she's on. Yeah, like a bit. You know how like the buildings have those like old school. You see them in kind of like big cities with like those neon lights and things like that.
I thought she's like almost like the possessed, chick from The Ring.
Yeah, she looks
coming out of the TV.
Yep, exactly, the chick from The Ring.
Sean's also saying that he's done with ASM, so it's not just you, Hyper.
No.
Okay, so is anybody on cable still? I think there was one person who got offended when I said cable, and then somebody was like, "Dude,
oh wait,
what are you talking about?"
Yeah, I'm actually on cable. Although I would say this is one of the
reading cable also.
Although this is one of the weaker X titles, and this is actually probably on the hot seat in the next book that might be on my chopping block.
I think so. I don't know, man. I
pretty much agree with that.
Red Hood Comics. What is going on, man? What is going on?
I like this cover though. I like the domino on the background and that whole thing going on.
Yeah, big shout out to Red Hood, man. He's a solid dude. Always chatting with me. Always very, very funny stories, or some of the stories he told me. He told me about one story with Donnie Cates, so that's pretty funny. But yeah. All right.
Lasso has an important question for you.
Lasso, let's see. Newbie Comics. Does Black Widow covers make you meow? Yeah, why not? She's sexy. I like Scarlet.
His voice went on a bit of a higher octave on that.
It did. You noticed that, right?
Yeah, you hit your. It's crazy because when dudes hit like puberty, it's like, hey, I'm here. Whoa, what? So yeah. All right.
Okay. Trip down memory lane.
27. I mean, I don't know. I haven't The last Captain America book I picked up, I think, was Captain America 217 or my Captain America 6. So I don't really know.
I think the
I
last
mean,
Captain
there's
America.
no way that solicitation will ever get me to buy a Captain America book. So this one's just not on
Oh
the
yeah, that's
list.
true.
How Captain America got his mojo back.
They
I
really
have no desire to find out.
that almost like seems like a commercial for something else, but yeah.
Johnny's saying he only reads Cable when it was a part of X of Swords.
Yeah, because X of Swords was its own separate entity. You didn't need to follow Cable before.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really a big Captain America guy myself. So
I think the last Captain America I got was that Alex Ross Timeless variant, and that's just to complete the set.
Yeah. So now we're going on to Champions number 4. I think what everybody's going to be looking out for in this one is probably that Black History Month. Is it a variant or is it just like another cover?
No, it's just a cover.
Just like a cover.
A regular cover B. I believe.
Yeah. I know a lot of people, guys. You guys have heard us. I know a few people have asked me in the past, hey, you know what? Do you think this set is worth picking up? I mean, this is probably not a bad set to pick up every week if you can get to them. All those Black History ones. There's also I think there's like a Women of Power or Power of Women's Month or something like that.
Yeah, that's starting in March.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I don't think that they're a bad investment if you can get them all. I mean, it seems to be things that heat up, especially from an investment side of things. You could probably flip it and make a little bit of coin. I won't be doing it, but that's just what I'm hearing. So
yeah.
And this is it right here with our girl Riri Williams.
Yeah, I think that's the cover you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Black History Month. Yeah.
It's probably the one that you want.
It's cool. Last week they had Blade from Avengers. This week it's Riri Williams.
Yeah, and you picked that one up, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I think they're doing a few of them each week.
Yeah, I think next week is supposed to be Miles Morales. I could be wrong.
I think you're right, actually. Guardians of the Galaxy. We got Star-Lord, Gamora, and we got, I think it's Sam Alexander. I could be wrong.
No, that's Richard Rider.
That's Richard Rider.
So we got Richard there. So yeah. I mean, I picked up issue 9. That's when Star-Lord becomes the God of Light. So yeah.
Don't think that happens.
I thought it was in issue 9.
I'm pretty sure that's not what happens.
No? Okay.
It's feeling.
Okay. All right. Immortal Hulk. Now, guys, I mean, was it last week? No, it was the week before, right? With Immortal Hulk, all that jazz with Immortal Hulk. Was it last week?
You're talking about
or was it
number 43?
Yeah, how long ago was that now?
The controversial cover that was that was not last week. That was the week before.
Week before, right?
Okay, yeah. So we're back at it. Bricks is saying there's a first appearance in Immortal Hulk Flatline. Bricks, do you know who?
Yep. No, it's probably one of the. It's probably a first appearance that is sort of similar to the one that was in
Threshing
that
Place.
other one shot, the Threshing Place. Yeah. Maybe like a one-off character, or
it's
supporting character possibly.
Exactly. It's probably one of those things that the character might resurface in the actual mainline series, but that series is going to wrap up soon, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, Hood. We could talk about that when we get to our news or our spec, brother. I'd definitely love to talk to you about that. So, yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was last week, the Star David stuff. Yeah. Oddly enough, I had one copy sell last week, not too long ago. So, I mean, people are still picking them up. I don't know for what reason, but hey, everyone collects a little differently. So yeah, Ultra, what's going on, man? Big shout out to Ultra.
What's up?
If you guys don't know who Ultra is, you must be on Mars. He does his stuff on Wednesdays on Tales of Flipside. He's also a frequent guest on the Top 10 on Fridays, and he is part of the Drunken Chat family. So yeah,
his PowerPoint's way better than ours.
And yeah, his PowerPoints are way better than ours. So definitely, I don't like to highlight or tell anybody. I always tell people to go sub, but make sure you guys go show some love to Ultra. His spec game is crazy. So if you guys think I'm good, go to the master. All right, Iron Fist. Oh, we got some of those gold covers too. I forgot about those. God damn.
What are you talking about? Which gold covers?
The Masterworks covers.
Yeah, the Masterworks, but people are calling them like those gold covers or whatever. So, yeah. So this is the one I'm talking about. Hyper right here.
Oh,
They
okay.
look pretty good though.
Last week. Yeah.
The Lupichinos.
Yeah, I mean, like I like the art on them at least.
I'm sure that they, like anything, when a theme is done right, it looks good as a set.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure this will look good side by side. It almost looks like, a classy little portrait.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, it's I don't know. You kind of have to commit to this every week to get these. You can't miss out. You got to be
That's
on.
the thing. That's the thing. It's like once you go down this variant rabbit hole, like some people are completionists, and when they get a few, they feel like they have to get them all. That's kind of what happened with me with the Alex Ross covers.
Yeah, and you know what? I know a lot of people that didn't finish it. Like they did not finish it. They got into it. They didn't order it like for a week or 2 weeks, and then they got back into it, and then it was just so hard for them to find the other ones because what were people doing? They knew, even sellers, like they knew people were looking for them
Yeah.
to complete the set, and they hiked the price up, man. So you kind of got to commit. It's 100 or nothing on those.
And the problem is some of those issues in that Alex Ross set ended up being minor keys. Like the Wolverine one was the first appearance of Solemn, and the Silver Surfer variant had that first, what is it? Annihilation? Not Annihilation, but Antithesis, sorry. I think that's his name, right?
Yeah.
The Fantastic Four miniseries. So yeah.
Yep.
Guys, I thought Ultra was already at 1,000, so I'm shocked. So let me just break it down for you. The man puts in his work. The man has way better PowerPoints than us. The man's spec is crazy, okay? He breaks the internet Friday nights and Wednesdays when he does it, but especially Fridays. Fridays on Drunken Chat, if you're up at 2, 3 in the morning with us, I say us because I've been off for a few weeks, but if you're on there, it's like Mel V says, sharks are eating. So make sure you guys go sub up Ultra, get them to 1,000. Definitely. All right, so now we come to the one that started it all, Mr. Iron Man.
Still walking around with 2 legs.
It started what all? What did Iron Man start?
Everything. The movies. He died. You know what?
I mean, you don't want to give no love to I don't know, Blade, Batman, Superman,
Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man.
Oh god,
man.
I will say this one. I know I like it. I'll probably have a tough time walking away from it if I do see it at a shop. But Iron Man isn't really picked up a lot around here. Even on IG, like I don't meet a lot of people who are Iron Man fans. So
isn't that one of like the Mech Strike covers or some shit?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the Black History ones.
I'll be honest, newbie. I think in my
no, the last cover.
Oh, sorry. I think Hulk started the intro. Yeah, I know Hulk did, but I mean,
yeah, good point. Hulk was before Iron Man.
Does it really count?
But newbie, to circle back, I gotta say, in my circle, I think you're the only dude I think that's this much into Iron Man. Nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, I think you're the only one that's
nothing at all. So if anybody has like a spare Tales of Suspense 39, they want to send it to me. You want to give me an A-OK with the Tales of Suspense 39? I'm good with it.
Everybody just has one of those fucking lying around.
Yeah. So it's funny because I think it's Lasso. There's a few people that will message me like when some are like for sale, and I can't remember who the last one was, but somebody
was
messaged
this one that was like $33,000 or some shit.
No, one was like 14,000, and I was like, oh yeah, let me just.
It was probably me.
Let me just go to my money tree, or like just break up the check. You know what I mean? Like,
bro, rob a bank.
Yeah, rob a bank.
It's Canada, man. Don't the cops ride horses and shit?
Yeah. This is another one of those Black History ones. So if you are collecting on the set, just be, just understand the fact that there's Riri coming out and this one. So, just trying to give you guys the best information. Still don't care for Iron Man. Hey, it's all good, man. It's all good. When Titanic 2 comes out, I mean, I'm over it. I'm not gonna watch it.
Part of newbie died when you said that. Just
yeah. What's up, Comic Talk Weekly?
He also had a show this afternoon.
Here's the thing: when you open up that can, like I said, okay, Iron Man started it, but technically,
this is what happens, man.
Yeah. So you know what?
You open the floodgates with the chat on that one.
Yeah, we can discuss a little bit later, but yeah,
I'm in full agreement on Blade.
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren Punisher started the MCU.
Oh wow!
All right, guys. King in Black number 4.
This sounds familiar.
I might pick this up.
I'm gonna take it. You know what? Let's gamble. If I had to gamble, usually I go red. I learned that from Encore, the show Encore. No, not Encore. Shoot. Oh, I forget that show that I used to watch. Shoot, I can't remember the title. Anyway, Vince and all those guys. There's the scene where Turtle goes. We know we're gonna have a good weekend. Entourage. Jeez. Yeah. Entourage. And Turtle goes. Usually when we go to a casino, we bet it on black, and that's how we know we're gonna have a good weekend. Well, if I had to be a betting man, I would bet that there is a reveal, and it's pretty big. So.
I've heard something about this. Not quite sure though.
I don't like to spoil anything for anyone, so I'm not going to. But
we ain't about that life.
I would just make sure. I think this one might be a book that a lot of people are talking about. That's all.
Yeah. I will not rise to your bait.
We got the tattoo variant here as well. This one's funky as hell, man.
That's a serious acid trip right there.
Yeah. Every time I see these, I always think of that Sergeant Fury cover. I forget which one it is, but it's that weird. It's got the black and white spindle things there.
This looks like a Persian rug that you could buy at a bazaar or something.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting one. And then you have the spoiler variant. I think Hyper, you said you were picking this up. Were you not?
Yeah, just because it's a spoiler, so I figured, if anything just so happens to be important on this issue, it might be, revealed on this cover.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. How many copies did you pick up?
I think I went 3 on this one.
3?
Yeah.
So you must really think that there's something big in that one.
Again, I mean, I have a feeling about this one.
That's all right. It's okay. Not sure how I feel about that comic yet. Yeah. Free Key Louis saying it should be a glow in the dark.
Right?
Yeah. Marvel doesn't do a lot of glow in the darks lately. I noticed that.
No, but they should.
Yeah.
They did that back in the 90s, and then now it seems like the indies are doing it.
Yeah. They need to bring back all that. The chromium, the foil, the die cut.
No, it was wasn't Jorge. It was Punch. When that Blacklight Marvel issue came out, I think it was beginning late November, early December. I think it was.
That was a King in Black, but that was
no. I know that. I'm just saying it was the first Blacklight.
Venom versus Carnage.
Yeah.
What is going on, Wolf? Thanks for joining. All right, so we got King in Black, Venom versus Carnage, number 1, second print. Oh my God, how many printings are we gonna get?
You know what? I will give them credit for this. I
love the cover. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, well, yeah, I that much is true, but I will say at least they didn't use an interior art and it wasn't a recolor. This is a completely original art from, a well-known artist, Inyak Lee. And yeah, this would go well for anyone that got lucky enough with that 1 in 25, which is going. I think it's still going for between 100 to 150 strong. But yeah, I'm grabbing a couple of these because it just looks like a dope cover.
Second printing, yeah, it's a dope cover. Yeah.
Yeah, Danime. Yeah, you're right. The Ghost Rider Glow in the Dark. They did do that,
one.
but that was like in the 90s. But yeah,
it's that gold one, right?
It's the black one, I think.
I thought it was the gold one with his face on it. It's like a really funky cover. I've seen it. I've shown it to I've shown it to Keys a lot because Keys is a Ghost Rider guy.
Yeah.
And he was never on board with it. He's like, it's all right. It's not the greatest.
Venom did the same thing, I think, with Enemy of the State. I think they also did a black glow in the dark. So.
Yeah. All right, King and Black Symbiote. King and Black Planet of the Symbiotes, number 2.
Yeah, so this has been like it seemed kind of anthology-like. I'm not sure. Are we getting? Maybe we're getting the second part of the Plague story in this. Hopefully.
I have no idea. Hyper, thoughts?
Well, we know that this is issue 2, right? Issue 1 was when Cortland Cassidy
Yeah, it becomes Plague.
becomes Plague. So yeah, this is a continuation of that. So
yeah.
We know that the second print of issue 1 will have Cortland Cassidy in his Plague symbiote in the front cover. So,
surprise, surprise.
Yeah. Well, we knew that was coming.
Right.
Any fans of Marauders? We got Marauders number 18 with the
I would say
cover.
Yeah, I would say of the,
Yo, Ramirez, that's what I was gonna say, man. It looked like Godzilla to me.
Oh yeah, that one, yeah.
Yeah. And Justin said the same thing. Yeah, man, it looked like Godzilla to me.
Yeah. But going back to Marauders, I would say it's one of my more favorite reads in the X titles.
I would agree. Between Marauders and Hellions.
Yeah, I'd probably go Marauders over that too. Have you guys been picking up this Marvel title, Marvel number 5?
No,
right? I think we've been very vocal about this one, where it's just or am I getting this right? Is this just like the little stories or something? Like it's not.
Again, it's a bunch of short stories. They're to be contained within a bigger story. It's been all right so far.
Yeah.
Can't like I don't want to say like the art in it has been great because it's Alex Ross, but the story itself has it's just been okay.
We got Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 23. I think this one's going to be one that more people are picking up than that first cover. Obviously, it's the Black History. So, Hyper, we were both wrong. This one, along with the Riri and along with the War Machine, are all coming out this Wednesday.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Just make sure you're doing your homework and grabbing them all and knowing when they all are coming out.
I mean, I'm picking this up, but I'm just not. I'm feeling a bit uneasy the way Miles is posing on the web like that. It looks a bit too. It looks a bit too inviting.
That's the salt cover.
I feel like the next words out of his mouth are like, "Hey, do you come here often?" Like, I think it's like where it's going. You know what I mean?
Hey, girl, what's your sign?
It's explore your role, Miles.
Then we got this cover. I've seen a few people posting this actually. I don't know if they're Gwenpool fans. I don't know. I thought it was kind of like one of those like, I mean, I don't think it's a good cover. I'm not even following the story. Nothing.
No, I mean, I think this is just supposed to be a lighthearted read. Patton Oswalt's like the co-writer, so that tells you that much.
Yeah.
He's actually doing like the actual. I think he's part of the creative team that's going to be doing the actual MODOK TV series. So, I don't think there's any anything that's gonna fall out from this series. I think it's just more like a fun read. If nothing's on your pull, you might want to pick this up.
Yeah. Again, just because
it's been funny, but it's been a funny series so far, but it hasn't been anything groundbreaking.
Yeah.
It did bring in like the aspect of MODOK's family. So but that's not super important either.
Savage Avengers number 18. Dope cover, I'll give it that. Will I pick it up?
Another one of them Mech Strike covers, isn't it?
I think I'm picking this up because I think this is part of the King and Black tie-ins.
I believe it is a tie-in.
Yeah. Not this cover. I'm picking up probably the regular cover.
I think. Oh, I thought that was it. So,
no, those are the Mech Strike covers.
Yeah. So, no, this is the King and Black.
Stupid ass series where the Avengers are all in fucking Gundams or some shit.
Yeah.
All right, we got Spider. Is anybody on Spider-Woman? Like,
no.
Talked about this one too, did we? We talked about this one.
This one?
Yeah, because remember I made a joke about this looks more like a thumbnail that should be on like Pornhub or some shit like that.
What kind of? I don't even want to know what genre
Yeah, I'm
you're
not
watching.
sure who that conversation was with, but
Well, I think I said on Drunken Chat, not this, but I remember talking about this book and being like, man, that's a fucked up cover. But all right.
That is not where. That was not my
I
first
don't.
assumption.
Yeah, I don't want to know what you're watching on Pornhub, bro.
Oh man. And we've got Thor number 12.
I mean,
This is probably the end of the Prey story arc, or at least getting close to it. If it's not the actual end,
with
I think
Donald
we did
Blake.
have a. I think we did have a filler issue or two. In the first arc in this one, so there may be another issue or two of this yet to go, but should be getting towards the end. It's been a pretty good read so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's Thor's been a fun read. It's an automatic, buy for me. I think I try to get at least 2 copies of this series. So yeah.
Dr. Lovebox is saying the 1 in 25 for Spider-Woman is already stupid expensive. Yeah, you know what? That's the thing with Spider-Woman too. Like, I know obviously it happens in other titles. Spider-Woman though, man, some of her incentives and ratios like go for stupid money. Like I remember, I think it was number 2. What's it called? That all red one that looked like those negative space ones.
I think you're talking about the Jenny Friesen one. Yeah, that
Was
was like
that?
the one.
Yeah. That one
That was
goes
the 1 in 50.
like that was going for stupid money too. It's crazy.
Do you mind if you
Yeah,
can
but I
just
mean,
see what that 1 in 25 looks like?
the whole reason on those Spider-Woman covers, it's an attractive female character and it's a low-ordered series, so they're hard to find. I mean, that's always gonna.
Oh
Is this-
yeah, this is the one. Man, you know what? Mel V was talking about this.
But
And
wait, is this like a black light cover or something? What's going on here?
no, I think that's just how it is, man. But yeah, I remember Mel was talking about this one. And yeah, I think they're going for like $130 Canadian. And that was like 2 days ago when I saw them. Because I think Mel V posted something on his IG. And actually, I think the 1 in 29 was in US dollars. So
Well, Sparks is saying it's the first comic that Rose. I don't know how I'm pronouncing her name. It's Besh.
what the? How did number 5 have a 1 in 5,000? Who is ordering that many?
It was her legacy, like I think anniversary issue or some shit like that. So there was like 20 different covers. And
Oh yes. I remember because I think I got the Peach Momoko one for that one.
I think this one could be the. I won't say that. I think this one will heat up even more. To be honest, Spider-Woman usually does do that, but man, it's.
Well, speaking of series that no one orders, remember a few issues ago that Iron Man, I think it was Michael Cho.
Yeah.
He did a 1 in 25 that took off in the secondary market. That fluorescent blue looking cover.
Oh yes, I do. Yeah. Yeah, because we talked about that one. Yeah, Hyper. We talked about that one, and you said you missed this one. Like I guess so. Yeah, it was on like every top 10 list too. Yeah, top 10 chase covers. Yeah, this one will definitely be one. I'm expecting this one to heat up, come closer to Wednesday for sure. The Cho Iron Man Hellcat. Yeah, I remember exactly which one it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Hellcat cover. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we got X-Men Legends number 1.
I'm gonna grab this series, man. This shit looks like 90s X-Men, so I'm all about it.
I mean, look at the writer. It's Fabian Niesa, who actually did the 90s.
Exactly.
Nah. Nerdy father, what's going on, brother?
Face. Is this just supposed to be like an anthology? Like what's going on in this series?
I'm guessing it is. I believe it's set. It's sort of like the Wolverine Black, White, and Blood series, I think.
Okay.
Where set all over the different timelines and everything like that. A bunch of short stories.
Okay.
Yeah, Ultra's right when it comes to that for sure. Problem is, pre-sale heat is FOMO heat. The money aren't warranted.
That's
Yeah,
the thing.
absolutely.
A lot of these variants, some hold water, some you'll notice that after a few months they kind of normalize in price.
Yeah,
It's almost like
exactly.
store exclusives. You kind of have to flip them when they're hot, because if you sit on them, unless you want them in your collection,
Yeah.
the values aren't going to be the same.
Yeah, he's saying check out the U1 in 25 with Adam Extreme. All right, definitely. Comic Vet showed up. Apologize for not putting you up, man. Thank you. Another fellow Canadian. So, we're repping the North pretty well. All right. And then we've got, so that was X-Men. Okay, perfect. So what I'll do now is I'll get DC. Once we get through DC, we got our comic news, comic spec. And then if you guys want to have a Q&A, whatever you guys want to do, if you guys want to hang out, you guys know we are usually down to answer some questions and things like that. Today, comic news will probably be short. There'll probably be more news coming up this week. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't work for Marvel. I'm just saying it's been a very slow week. But we will talk about the Zack Snyder cut. There was a few interesting things from that. And then, I don't really want to touch base on like news from last week because we talked about it last week. We talked about Keanu being Craven and things like that. We're just gonna, move by it because I'd rather. What's that?
Just a quick question. Did both of you see WandaVision?
Yes.
Okay. I mean,
okay. I'm gonna say my
spoilers.
theory. I'm gonna say my theory. I'll
Wait,
say my theory too.
Are you actually gonna start doing spoilers? Because we might have to warn the chat then.
No.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna say my theory of what's gonna happen, and then that way it leaves me open to people being like, I mean, what the hell were you talking about? You were wrong, and I'll be okay with that. But if I'm right, then it's cool, right? Like you just feel good about it. I have a little theory, and I've told a few people, and they're like, man, you know what? That could actually make sense. But we'll get into it. I also don't want to spoil it. Like, jokes aside, I just don't want to spoil the show for anybody. So, when we get to that point, if you haven't watched it, totally understand if you want to exit out of here. So, but yeah, let's get to DC. Let's get to our comic news. Let's get to our comic spec, and then we'll talk about that stuff.
Speaking of DC, Gomez is in the chat. Broski.
Yeah, we were on Gomez. What's up, brother? All right, so let me just pull up the DC stuff right here. Boom. There's a lot of future state stuff. I don't know. I guess I'm just being petty when it comes to the DC stuff, but
says the guy that caught Teen Titans Future State.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I won't make that mistake again.
It's not a mistake, man. You just got to be patient.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into it. We got Batman Catwoman number 3.
Man.
Is that a good omen, or are you just like,
no?
Man?
I keep trying. I want this series to be good, but I feel like I need fucking time and date stamps reading this thing.
What do you mean? Elaborate a bit, Face?
Well, the story takes place across like 3 different timelines, and it shifts you without any warnings or anything like that.
I mean, I'm picking this up because I do feel that the way Tom King left off his Batman run with whatever issue 85 or 84, I don't remember. It kind of did feel like there was a lot of loose ends that needed to be tied. So I'm hoping this series kind of ties up those loose ends. So yeah, for that reason,
just hoping it brings in Phantasm.
Freaky saying hard pass, man, hard pass. Yeah. All right. We've got Future State, the next Batman number 4.
Yeah.
God, is Future State over yet?
And again, I harped on this before. I hate this. I think it's the 3rd time I'm saying this, but I hate this practice where DC upcharges you on these books because they basically force your hand into buying these 2 other stories that you probably have no feelings towards.
But it's Batgirl and Gotham City Science.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, I don't really care for those. I just want my Batman story, but it's almost like you're forcing my hand into these other stories, and you're making me pay $8.99 for this. So
May 4th, and it's funny because that day is always pretty funny with all the Star Wars people. May the Force be with you, Force be with you, all that stuff.
Oh yeah, that'll be a day. Big
Yeah,
Star
so
Wars.
that'll be a good day. Us in the comic community will have a heyday when that happens. So, yeah, Batman 108. If you don't know, there will be a first appearance. So, all right, and then we have Future State Nightwing #2.
Pass.
Again, I think Freaky Louie is gonna say what I'm thinking for a lot of these. So yeah, it's probably
I mean, some of them are worth picking up for sure. Some of them, not so much.
I mean, I guess if he's your favorite character, like Sam saying, yeah, I totally get it. I understand why.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just,
if you like Nightwing, you should absolutely pick it up.
yeah, I'm just kind of like over it. So yeah, Renos is saying I'm so close to writing off DC and just get the golden age. Yeah, Molly hasn't been around for a minute. I know, man. Crazy. Dude, it's crazy how people are all. Here's how crazy. Maybe it's been COVID. Maybe it's been how we've been. Again, some places, including myself, have been locked down for 2 months. But like, it's crazy to me how when Heat got on that book and we found out that there was going to be a first appearance, new character, people were already being like, "Yo, Billie Eilish is playing it," or "This character's playing this in the movie." It's like, man,
They were
settle
talking
down.
about Billie. They were talking about Billie Eilish in regards to her because the character's design looks like some of the outfits that Billie Eilish has worn.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
But like, it's just.
I don't think anyone was actually supporting casting her in a movie.
Man, it's just crazy to me
At
how
least I
like
hope
something
not.
happened and people are like already trying to cast somebody for it. And it's like, man, slow down. Like,
Right?
we haven't even got like, Poison Ivy or Freeze or things like that. So slow down. I have a feeling they will do a Punchline movie with Molly. I'll tell you guys right now. I'm probably gonna pick up. I can't believe I'm saying this. I really can't believe I'm saying this because it's a DC title. I'm picking up probably 3 copies. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that looks like.
It's a. I mean,
we're gonna go with 3 right now. But again, it's May 4th. It's a long time.
Number.
Yeah. I know there's probably gonna be people that order like 25 copies of it. Hey, do you?
I mean, after Punchline, it's going to be a while before any first appearance in the Batman line takes anybody by surprise again.
Yeah, and the fact that they've already started marketing this character this far in advance, I mean.
Right, exactly.
And I know I hate when people say this, but like the print run's probably going to be crazy because all us YouTubers are probably going to be talking about it from now till May 4th.
Well, here's the thing. Even without the whole Molly announcement, Batman in and of itself is one of the more highly printed series, in comics right now. Next to Spider-Man, and I'm guessing Spawn as well, but it's not exactly a low printed run to begin with.
Yo, Blue Green Artifacts, man. Yo, shout out to you for doing your research, man. That is crazy.
When you said Kamala, I thought he was talking about Kamala, the wrestler from WWE.
That's what I love, man. When people can connect things, like I wouldn't necessarily have seen it and things like that, but like, man, yeah, good for you, dude. That's shoot. And here's the thing. It's funny because like Thorough was talking about it last Thursday on his show. Big shout out to Thorough, someone I really respect in this community. He goes, this is going to be one of those series that I probably only watch once and that's it. And that's literally what I've done, even though I have it at my expense to the point that like, I have the app, I can go back and watch it anytime. I've really only watched these episodes once. So maybe I should go back and, when I have like a spare hour or two to like go back, pause stuff, take a look.
This show does feel like one that you probably might pick up on things if you did a rewatch.
Bro, you got bigger priorities. You ain't even seen Star Wars yet.
This is
true.
true.
Like I said last time we talked about this, I was waiting for somebody to take Liam Neeson's daughter and he'd go crazy. That didn't happen.
You really got to stop holding that as a badge of honor. That you said that I've watched Phantom Menace. Don't put that on a t-shirt.
Universe X is always saying, man, just look at where Clown Hunter and Ghostmaker are. Yeah, absolutely. That's why you got to be careful with these DC covers. But
although,
I mean, here's the optimism is, will they strike out 3 times?
Well, here's the thing though. The Clown Hunter ratio variant in particular is still having some heat just because there's a possibility that he could be Red X, because people are holding that theory. So right now, Clown Hunter is kind of doing, all right.
Yeah.
And I mean, they didn't really strike out 3 times either, because they kind of knocked it out of the park with punches.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely.
Here's
the thing, and I think Hypers. I've talked to you about it because we were both in. We were both in on Thorough's chat on Thursday, right? Like we were both there. We were, watching the show. Like I said, big shout out to Thorough. He kind of threw it a different way. And I liked how he went through it because he's like, "Yo, I know who Red X is. I know who it is." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Like I got more interested. And he, I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but he made a good point. He does his research. He's very thorough.
Thorough.
Yeah. I would go check it out, the show that he did on Thursday, and check out the information that he puts in on it, because he makes a good argument for it. And I will say, the book that he's saying the character is like a $4 to $6 book. So like if you're really on it, I would probably jump on it. All right, Ultra saying my spec play is Simon Williams is the engineer, Wonder Man and Reaper coming. Vision is given a life by Wanda with a wife and kid after.
See, that shit makes a lot of sense too, because that looks like it's playing into the Vision miniseries that came out and everything else, and that kind of looks like where they're going with it too.
Here's 2 characters I think, and I'll say it and then we'll move on because then we can come back to this. Okay, I always want to get done with DC. Here's 2 of my opinions. I don't think Blue Marvel's coming, and I don't think Mephisto's coming. I really don't. Or if he is coming, like it'll just be something small. It's not like this big reveal like everybody is thinking. You have to think, or you have to know that Marvel, even though they did that GameStop Funko reveal.
Yeah,
I think that was just to throw everybody off and just to be like, just give everybody one of these for like everybody spiking that book and just throwing you off, man. I really do. I don't think they would give all their secrets like that, because then they have people, with all these theories and things like that popping off. And this is what I love. I love talking with people with like their theories and stuff. So yeah, man, I'll leave it at that, and then we can touch on it. But Ultra, yeah, that's super dope. But I think the people that are on this Mephisto stuff, this Blue Marvel, I don't know
though. The toy sales are usually the toy things usually are a pretty good indicator of what's coming generally.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I just can't think of too many times where they've used the toys as a swerve. And I'm not saying it's not possible. I just can't think of any off the top of my head.
Yeah. Now, like we can come back to it. Like I said, we'll come back to it for sure. We're gonna have time. I know Lasso's in here, so let's get his meow meow going. We got Future State Immortal Wonder Woman #2. I don't even have to ask. I know he's picking it up.
Yeah, I'm picking this up too, bro.
I think what got a lot of people's attention was the backup story with Nubia. I think that's what.
Exactly. And it was actually both stories in that issue were pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Ultra saying Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Darkhawk. Man, you know what? Here's the thing when people bring up that Darkhawk, it's like, you know how many times I passed up a 9.8 at like $100 Canadian or like $80 Canadian, and I'm like, man, that's fucking Darkhawk, get out of here. And now I'm like, shit. Even for a quick flip, I'm like, shit. I left money on the table.
I'm sure you can still find raw copies that is fairly decent.
Yeah, you know what it is too. Like a lot of people sell that book all the time. Darkhawk 1 is not a hard book to find. Mm-hmm. You just gotta, if you're buying it raw, like anything, you gotta make sure you know how to grade it and what to look for.
Yep.
All right. Future State Catwoman #2. Are you guys picking that up?
Nah, I'm gonna pass on that one.
All right, so I won't even bring that up. Okay, so we're getting a lot of theories. Like, just all right, we'll come back to the WandaVision stuff a little bit after we do our news. We're just wrapping up the DC, so we'll do our news quick. We'll do our spec PowerPoints, makes us look professional, and then we'll get into some WandaVision, guys. All right, we got Future State Shazam #2. I don't even think any of you picked up #1.
No, I mean, they say this was supposed to tie in with Teen Titans, the Future State Teen Titans, but I think I skipped on issue 1 for this one, so probably.
I grabbed number 1. I have not read it yet, and yeah, but I grabbed it based on the same thing, that it's to tie in with the Teen Titans stuff.
And guys, Bleecker Street Comics, you guys heard me talk about them at the beginning of this show, sponsor and friend of the channel. Go check them out. He's got a lot of comics on sale. Like I told you, check them out. Ships to the US too. So, all right. Yeah. Hidden gem. PowerPoints are nice. And I put a little bit of work into it. I want to put a good product out there for you guys. And I think the visuals is key, right? Truth and Justice number 1. I got to be honest with you. I didn't even know this was coming out. I don't even know what it is.
Neither did I. I'm not sure.
I believe it's a team-up series or something.
So it's like a one-shot?
Nah, I think it's supposed to be an ongoing or
just like a gym
like that. But yeah, I think it's a team-up series. I'm gonna grab it. Just check it out.
Just for the, I respect the hustle, newbie. Thanks, brother. Appreciate that, man. All right, and then we got Scooby Doo. Where are you? 108. Let's be real. We can pass this one up.
Yeah, I'm definitely not.
I think the only Scooby Doo issue I picked up was that first appearance of that internet troll. Just because I thought it was a funny issue. That's it.
And then Mad Magazine 18. Do we have anything to say about that?
Nope.
No? All right, perfect. So now we're done. Now we can go on to comic news, comic spec, and WandaVision stuff. I think it's always dope too because, Saturdays is usually a lot of auctions, and then Sunday we go. So like we're usually, one of the first shows that we can talk about WandaVision and things like that. Usually you get like to shows on Wednesday and Thursday, and no knock on them, not at all. A lot of YouTubers have lives, work schedules, things like that. But I do, like to be able to talk about it like just kind of 2 days before it just happened, right? So I like the fact that chat has a lot of opinions on it. We will get to it. Comic news, I will say this. The only thing I'm hearing about right now, comic news-wise, is like the DC trailer dropped for Zack Snyder. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm going to be really, really honest, and it has nothing to do with my previous love for DC. I love DC. I respect DC. I love comics, guys. I do. I don't think it was that good of a trailer until the end. Until the end, where we see Joker and he makes that line about society. I can't remember what the line is exactly, but I'm sure a lot of people are going to get it tattooed or whatever. I could totally see it being the next live, laugh, love, whatever the case may be. But yeah, when Joker showed up, I kind of liked it. Here's the thing, though. Joker kind of had that Heath Ledger vibe to him, did he not?
I'll be honest, I didn't see the trailer yet, so Face, okay. You're gonna have to answer this one.
I haven't. Yeah.
You haven't seen it? Okay, so chat, let me know what you guys think. But yeah, to me,
I'm not really. I honestly, I don't really give a shit about Zack Snyder's Justice League. Like, first of all, I didn't really care about the first one because it wasn't very good, and this one is basically just like a standalone movie that's gonna attach to nothing else. So, and a lot of it is parts of a movie that I've already seen. So, I mean, yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of new stuff. It's just nothing is bringing me into this movie so far.
Yeah, Justin, I will agree with you. I'm tattooed. Which means nothing. I'm just throwing that out there so you understand where I'm coming from. I didn't like how they did them either, with like all the tattoos and the grill and all that. I was like, what is that? I think that was just like somebody's attempt to be like cool. Like, hey, why don't we make Joker like, fucking yeah. I think it worked out like pretty bad. I don't want to see Joker with like tattoos and a grill, and like I think there was that club scene with Harley where he had like 5 chains on his like.
I could have got past the tattoos and the gorilla if it just would have been a good portrayal of the Joker.
Yeah, and that too. Not to say, guys, if you guys wear 5 chains, hey, all to you. I just don't want to see the Joker that I grew up on with that stuff. But yeah, he does look like a better Joker. I'll give him that. He just had that Heath Ledger vibe to him. Like when he turned around his face, it was like I kind of had in my mind like a flashback to like that Joker. So, but we'll see. Like Face just said, right? Like I'm not getting my hopes up on this, and I know a lot of people are.
Yeah,
a lot of people are. But how many times has DC done it? This is one of those situations I told you guys about. DC has let me down personally so many times that my expectation is I'm going to be let down again. Until they do, I'm not going to hype it up or be pumped up for it. I really won't.
And I almost look at that as a good thing only because when I'm going into a DC movie, it can only go up from here at this point. Whereas in Marvel's case, because Marvel has been having a good track record lately, they are more likely to disappoint me of the two companies right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And I saw Universe X saying Darkseid's coming. Yeah, but we'll see. Will I go see the movie? Absolutely. I support DC. I support Marvel. Where my heart is, more Marvel, of course. I don't hide that. I would never lie to you guys. I never try to say I like something or read something if I don't. I'm very honest. But I want the notion to be out there. I do go and watch DC movies. Now, am I pumped for it? No. I know you DC guys, people are, you ladies and guys, but I have to be kind of blown away. I had very high hopes on like the last couple movies. It didn't work out. So yeah, I'm going to go into it with an open mind, but again, I'm not thinking just because somebody else's take on it, it's going to be amazing. I got to see it and we'll see.
And the thing is,
I don't know about that though. Hold up, the last couple of movies have worked out all right. I mean, Wonder Woman and Aquaman were both pretty good. Now, granted, 1984, from what I understand, has not been as well received.
Okay, I was going to say, wait, what Wonder Woman are we talking about here?
But yeah, the first one and Aquaman were both pretty good.
But that's what I mean because that movie I came with expectations, so I kind of.
PQ, I'm old and DC has been crap since I was a kid. Born in '73 for reference.
I mean, listen, the Nolan Batman movies, you can't say those were crap though.
I love Christian Bale. I really, I love the first two. The third one, it was kind of like, eh.
Yeah, the third one, I don't want to say the third one was crap or anything. It just
I won't say it's crap.
First.
Even the Tim Burton Batman, it's like the first two.
Yeah. But I also think when it came to that Batman run with Christian Bale, after that second movie with Joker and Heath Ledger, I mean, I think everybody thought, okay, like, how are you going to top it? Like, it's going to be pretty hard to top. And I know, Tom Hardy did a really good job as Bane, and it was okay, but it doesn't hit, the right spot like number 2 does. So
I mean, I don't know that I would say Tom Hardy did a good job as Bane. Tom Hardy may have done a good job with the role that he was given, but man, that was kind of a weak ass Bane.
Yeah. Yo, no. Or hey, I just want to clarify. I'm a Marvel guy in the sense I collect more Marvel, and I know what I'm getting when I watch Marvel movies and Marvel products. I think I know what I'm getting. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying about DC is I've gone into a DC movie many times thinking, oh man, this is going to change the game. Like Suicide Squad, Birds of Prey. Like I bought into, having those comics that would be bangers. And then the movie comes out and I'm like, wow, what the hell was that? You know what I mean? So like what I'm saying is I'll go see DC, and I respect DC. I collect some DC stuff. But what I'm saying is I'm not going to be going into the movie thinking it's going to be great like a lot of people are. That's all. Wait, you haven't even watched Star Wars or Stranger Things. Why would you watch? I watched Justice League. I watched all of them. I've watched every DC movie, every Marvel movie, all of them.
I think he just was trying to find a way to throw shade at you on that one.
Yeah. Oh, dude. If you're throwing shade, make sure it's summer. Yeah, you guys got that. Yeah.
Yes. Well played.
What is the difference between reading? What is the difference between reading a novel and reading comics?
Is this like a joke or is this an actual question? Like I thought,
I
I'm
don't know.
wondering if this is
A
one of those
lot
things.
of time.
Right.
And this gives you power over me. Oh man! All right, well let's get into
Yeah.
it. So
See, that's what I'm talking about right there, man. That was like every time they try and put Bane in a movie, they make him a fucking henchman, man.
I actually just saw somebody posted something. I think it could have been Keys. I can't remember, but somebody posted like that scene with like Bane on the plane and the guy being like, "If I let go of this, what happens?" And it's just like, "I will kill you," or like.
I always thought that Bane sounded like a giant Yoda.
I think everybody was doing a Bane impression when that movie came out.
Cross
No,
between
what
John
happens is-
Connery and fucking
what happens-
Yoda.
They try to do a Bane impression, and then it somehow morphs into Yoda after a while.
But
All
what
right.
Bane impression did they try and do? Like, my man is Hispanic.
Yeah, wait, who? Me or Tom
Bane.
Hardy?
No,
Okay.
Bane.
I was gonna say I'm Hispanic. Yeah, but like
That's why he has a
Bane?
whole luchador mask. Yeah, he's technically supposed to be Spanish, but they casted Tom Hardy in that.
Like, yeah, like. Shit
I mean,
makes
okay,
no
let's
sense.
be real here. The Last Samurai, they got, you know, like in those samurai movies, what do they do? They got Tom Cruise, they got Matt
But Tom
Damon.
Cruise was playing the part of a white dude, though. What are you talking about?
Bane sounded like Winnie the Pooh. Oh man, you're a big guy for you. You're a big guy for you. Who's a big guy?
Bane?
I think is he imitating Yoda?
Oh, man. Okay. I was gonna say because I'm 5'9". I'm not big at all, man. Sean, what's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in. All right, so guys, we will get back to the WandaVision stuff and things like that. If you guys want to talk DC, we will. I think we got a good thing going. We kind of breezed through this light week of new comic book day. So what we're gonna do right now is, and again, there's not a lot of news this week. Maybe next week. I know I have a few things that are coming up, so be on the lookout for that. Excuse me. So we'll get started with some spec. Face has three books. I've got 5 books. 2 of them are from Thorough, so credit to him. But you guys will see what I'm talking about when we get there. So Face, if you don't mind, sir, let's get on with your spec.
All right, and this will actually be pretty quick. It's just 3 books. It's from it's the last 3 books from the series that I was doing on Artist First, and first one we got is Midnight Kiss Zero. It's one of the first works by Ryan Stegman, and it's actually pretty cheap. You know, you can get them for pretty reasonable prices if you can find them. So.
Sean, I think I'm 5'10" if I put like my boots on. So
Heels on.
you know, my girl's like 5'1", so you know, yeah. I did find a few raw sale copies, Face, of this book. They're selling anywhere between $3 and $10, so it is pretty affordable, I would say.
Definitely.
Definitely.
It's actually one of the more affordable books on the list too.
Yeah, and there's a few different covers as well, right?
Yeah, he did the main, I believe.
Yeah. All right. Next book on the list. What's going on here? Uh-oh. Did it freeze?
Newbie broke it.
There we go.
There
we got Quasar number 30.
Yeah, and this one has the first Venomized store, and I'm trying to remember the artist on it now, right offhand. Yeah, it's been about 3 weeks.
Hold up.
Yeah, I can't remember either, man. I can't remember either.
Newbie slipping.
But
to
you got a Venomized store. Shoot, man, come on. I can't be responsible for everything. But you got the first Venomized Thor raw copy selling at $10-$20. Not really crazy. I mean, I'm expecting Quasar stuff.
I'm not sure if this was this might have been Stegman also.
Let me check. Let me see if I can get it really quickly.
The cover is by Greg Capullo and Harry.
Oh, Capullo. Okay, yeah, this is one of Capullo's earliest works. First cover for Marvel. Yeah.
I actually,
Russia beat you guys to it too. So
I wouldn't have guessed that was a Capullo cover, to be honest, because I've seen his stuff, more recently. Yeah.
Right, and it looks a little different than this, but yeah, it's one of his earliest works. So
Didn't this also get a bit of heat before because of that little hidden
the
image?
Venomized Thor or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I think a little bit.
when it comes to Venom and anything Venomized, I mean,
Yeah.
what character hasn't been Venomized? I mean, look at the Funko Pops. Like it seemed like every week something. We had Venomized Ronald McDonald, for God's sakes, right? I don't know if that's actually a thing. I'm just throwing it out there. But
I
this
feel like the
could
value though should be more in the fact that it's one of Capullo's earliest works though.
Yeah. OG Capullo on Quasar, where is first saw his before X-Force. Yeah. All right, and the final book that Face
Ultra was
had.
on it. Yeah, and this was actually I think one of his first works in comics overall. Horse Freak #4, obviously, a horror series that Greg Capullo has contributed to, and there you go. It's an awesome cover.
I don't know what to make of this cover. It's
That's fantastic cover, bro.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, right? Like it's a little out there for sure.
I'm just trying to think. It's just Fruit Punch. It's all just Fruit Punch.
No, that's definitely not what it was at all.
I won't lie to you. When I saw it, when I saw the book that Face gave me, I was like, oh, okay, that's what we're going.
You guys aren't gonna run out and get that?
Yeah, no, I probably will.
Well, if you find it, pick it up and send the shit to me, okay?
Okay, yeah, we'll do. Hey, my shop's open. Everything opens on Tuesday, so I am pretty pumped for that.
Appreciate
Guys,
it.
now it's on to newbie spec, and I will let you guys know I've had a very long week, so I couldn't really do my research like I do in weeks previous. I think I got 4 to 5 books. I will let you know. There's a little disclaimer. There are no facts or proof. This is spec. This spec is my opinion.
Are we gonna disclaim everything now?
All right. So with that in mind, like I always say, and like we always say, we're not telling you go stack this book. We're not telling you to go break the internet. We're just letting you guys know, hey, these are some books that we're looking for. Like I've said many, many, many moons. Usually when I spec on something, I'm either looking for it, bought it, or am in the process of buying it. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But let's get down to it. What does that say? Is this when Comic Tom screws you over again? Not sure who the guy is. It's a new week. So yeah. I'm not about that. We're moving on. We do us. We're doing us. The only thing I will say, and I'm going to speak for all 3 of us because we're not addressing it, is I think everybody knows what happened. I think you guys know, and that's where I'll leave it at that. We don't need to address it. We're moving on. I'm having too much fun to stop for stuff like that. So let's continue to have some fun, guys. You brave newbie. I can't operate that way. I have to buy before I sometimes I do. Like ask Hyper will tell you there's a list I'm supposed to give these guys, and I'm kind of waiting before I secure it. So yeah. Yeah, Dr. Love. Hey, it is what it is. We know, and that's the thing, right? Maybe I'll add one more comment. I think there's their community, and then there's the community, and I just think I'm part of the right community. So it is what it is. But guys, realistically, the issue's over. There is no issue. In the future, we broke virus, we broke a lot of things. But in the future, when you come to this channel and we're doing breaking news, we usually give about 10 minutes before we do it. We'll continue to do that. Okay. I can't blame people for tuning in. Okay. So that's why people tell you, hey, it's a spoiler. So just keep that in mind. But anyway, these are, like I said, there is no facts or proof that these books will heat up. It's just spec, baby. So let's get on to it. Book number 1. I've talked about this book twice. okay, twice. And I'm going to talk about it a thrice time. Is that even correct? A thrice? I think thrice is correct, but I think I used it in a sentence really.
Right.
You're on
Yeah.
a roll. You're on a roll.
Yeah. So, guys, first appearance of Frankie Ray as Nova. I didn't mean to put Nova in caps. It wasn't like I was saying first appearance of Frankie Ray as Nova. You know, I'm not yelling at anybody. This is definitely a book I think I would grab right now. It's a huge book. And what I think Marvel will do, again, that cosmic thing is going to blow up. There's going to be a lot of characters. But I will tell you this. Just look at some of the data. This book in a 9.6, 9.8 a few months ago was nowhere. And I mean nowhere close to where it is now. Okay? Right now, okay? And here's the only thing I'm going to say about this book. And you guys know, I've not been – I don't hide from what I pick. I'm picking up Nova 1. I'm picking up Point 1 with Sam Alexander. I'm huge on Sam Alexander, okay? I missed the boat on Moon Girl, but I was very early with Sam Alexander. I'm huge on Sam Alexander, but I also think this is one to pick up. I talked about this like 3 months ago on one of my shows. This could have some great stuff, man. A 9.8 was selling the other day on eBay with 19 watchers. And I know that doesn't mean anything, but you know what? When I see a book that's being watched by that many people, I'm like, shoot, okay. It was going for $900 for a 9.8, which only leads me to think the right people know something and the rest of us don't. And a lot of us are sleeping on it. So I found this book in dollar bins just before the lockdown in December and November. This is definitely a good play to get on. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. So definitely, Newbie has been on his spec forever. Hey, thanks, man. Especially coming from you, man. You know I respect you a lot. So I'm lost. What I get for tuning? Hey, thanks for stopping by, man. Oregon, you're one of the guys that's been tuning in since day one. So I appreciate you, man. So yeah, this one is definitely a play I would make. You can find this in the dollar bin. Just make sure you guys just check the book out. Don't just grab it and take it, because you really do want to get those 9.6, 9.8. I think this book won't matter if I don't know if it's a big deal to get newsstand or not. I think somebody in the chat will tell me, but I think you can't go wrong with either or, to be honest with you. And it's a dope cover.
What year did this book come out? Do you know?
I think it was 82.
Yeah,
82 or somewhere around.
So you're probably more inclined to go with the direct edition. Sorry, the newsstand. Actually, the newsstand is probably more readily available than the direct in that case.
Stands would have been more common, but again, finding them in higher condition might be different scenario altogether.
Mm-hmm.
I think, Sean, I think it's 86, right? If it's 86 or under, you want the direct. If it's 86 or over, I think
it was like 85.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah, direct. But yeah, I picked one of these up. I'm not going to spoil a future video I have, but I picked one of these up. I think it's a very high grade. I think it's a 9.6. I think it'll come back a 9.6 just because I jinxed myself. But yeah, I'm picking this book up, guys. So if you guys find this in dollar bins, grab it. It could be a big play later on. Next book. Oh man, you guys are probably thinking, "Ooh, Amazing Spider-Man," and then you see the number, then you see the title, and then you're probably like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Here's the thing. It is the first appearance of Man-Wolf. What's going on in Marvel right now, or coming, and you can see it from sales of books like Legion of Monsters, Werewolf, Dracula. I mean, Hyper's got Tomb of Dracula 10. We all know that Blade is coming and things like that. That horror stuff is coming. This would not be a bad play. The last CGC sold was 7.0, 180 Canadian. I know that may sound like a lot, but if I were to tell you could pick this book up for 180 at 170, and at 7.0, rather not 70, at 7.0, if something were to happen, you double your money, you'd probably be happy. You'd probably be like, okay, that was a good investment. Again, this is just speculation, guys. But there's a lot of books that people aren't talking about. There's a huge upside to it. And you'll see some of that in my information when I post it, is a lot of the books that I'm going after have a huge upside. The horror scene is coming. I mean, look at the raw copies. The raw copies are selling between $20 and $60. It's not a bad deal, especially if you look at what a 7.0 gets you. You know what I mean? Like it's not a bad idea.
You know what? It's funny.
Go ahead.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, I think even this week, I believe Pressable Defects actually mentioned this book as well on their Cold Keys. They mentioned like 4 books that are on the low end. So yeah, you both are on the same page in terms of how this book is kind of flying under the radar.
I feel bad because Hyper just exposed. I didn't watch the show, so thanks, Hyper.
What's that?
I said you exposed me because I didn't watch their show that came out. I got the update that their show was coming, but I didn't watch the whole thing. So thanks for exposing. I didn't watch it.
Damn.
It could be
I'm just trying to say, great minds think alike.
It could be really interesting because there's been reports that Werewolf by Night may come into play. Mm-hmm. So that could be interesting. Bring in Man Wolf and Werewolf by Night, little fucking team up werewolf team up series.
And here's the thing. I think a lot of people too. Shout out to Comic Cat 84 because he just picked one up at a steal. I was watching this show. I think it was like last Friday or something. And I was watching. But a lot of people are sleeping on that Marvel Spotlight 2, which is the first appearance of Werewolf. A lot, man. And I don't really say this a lot because I don't like to shop on eBay. You guys have heard me say it's eBay. Man, even on eBay, some of the prices for that book are pretty reasonable, and I think there's more upside to that book than a lot of people think. So that also wouldn't be a bad investment to make, right? Like I said, I'm a big believer in the horror scene. The horror scene is coming, and I've talked about that back in September, in August. I've talked about it. I've told a lot of people to grab some of these books, Monster of Legions and Blade and Werewolf.
The new Legion of Monsters.
Say that again, Hyper. Sorry.
It's Legion of Monsters.
What did I say?
You said Monster of Legion.
Sorry. So yeah. So Tales from the Flip Side. What is going on? Of course, man. Come on. I know I'm in Canada, but I got to rep the greatest leader of all time, Mr. Mark Messier. Yeah. So I don't think you can make a bad choice with this one. Like my brother Freaky Louis saying, Amazing Spider-Man is always a safe bet too. You can't really go wrong. It's early enough-ish. It's issue 124.
Unless it's Kindred.
Yeah.
Fucking.
So, but yeah, this is definitely a book I would be on the lookout for. You'd be surprised where you can find this book and what prices you could find. Like I said, raw copies, $20 to $60. But again, the key thing to look out for is, all that horror stuff and the fact it's Man Wolf. So yeah. Next book, and I got to give a shout out to Keep It Thorough. He was talking about this book. He got me on this book.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
the newbie is picking a video game cover.
Yeah, and that's crazy because I'm not really a crazy gamer. You know what I mean? Yeah, big shout out, Blue Shirts. I mean, it's not our year this year, but hey, in time. One of these days, we got to talk about our love for the greatest captains. Dude, of course, man. Of course. Of course.
Gilmore?
Hey, I've been to New York 6 times in my whole life, and like 5 of those times it was because the Rangers were in the playoffs and I wanted to go see them. Like most of the times I come to New York is because the Rangers. So yeah, getting back to this, it's the first appearance of Knuckles. Keep It Thorough brought this book up. This book is selling for like peanuts. And they're in dollar bins. Okay. That's the greatest thing about it. Now you're probably thinking, okay, well, the first movie didn't really pan out. It wasn't really the greatest, but guess what? It's not to say that it couldn't get any better. Thorough was talking, and I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I was watching it, and I believe he said there was some rumors or some rumblings of Jason Momoa playing Knuckles.
That's what he said, yeah.
Yeah, so
hard to. I mean, yeah, it's
weird. I don't know how they can do it, but if they put a big actor with this, I think it could hit. Again, the takeaway from that Sonic movie was, you know what? I would love to see Knuckles myself. I would love to see Knuckles. I think they could do it. I think they could capitalize on it. Robin, like I said, and Thorough said it. He mentioned it multiple times. You can find these in dollar bins. Like they are not hard to find.
Newbie, I got a question for you. Do you
Okay.
know who does the voice for Rocket Raccoon in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
Okay. Who is it?
Bradley Cooper.
And is that a big actor?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And who does Groot?
Vin Diesel.
You think those are the drawing points on Rocket and Groot, though?
No, but I'm just saying.
I mean,
it could be something cool. It could be something cool. I'll admit, I was a big Knuckles fan growing up, so it is what it is.
Yeah, Knuckles is a character, for sure.
Oh, yeah, you're sweet. Thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in. Ryan, sorry, I'm catching up on the chat, guys. When Brian was talking about sports leaders and stuff, I just started thinking about the Rangers. Ryan, what? Finally caught a newbie live. What's going on, man? But yeah, here's the thing: if a second movie comes, which I'm reading and hearing, there will be, because they apparently made some decent money from the first one, which is crazy.
I didn't really hate on the first movie. I kind of came in with low expectations. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's.
I like how we just went silent after that comment.
Here's the thing. I think the fact that they had to redo it after like that first, like the first image of him came, and then there was like that uproar, so they had to like kind of redo it. I think that hurt them in the long run.
That was so bad, man. That was so bad. Those early images.
I think that hurt them, but I think that if they did it right and they brought an iconic character like Knuckles is, I don't care what anyone says, they have something there. So again, you can find this book in the dollar bins. If you look really carefully, the reward could be high. Again, how many times? I mean, I've gone to my sister's place and I'm on her couch and there's like a toonie in the crack. Like I've found loonies, anywhere I've been, man. So like, if you could find this book, $1, $2, $3, $4, even $5, why not? It's not
what these are because they don't. Do they even know what the concept of a loony is?
Oh right, yeah, $1, $2, $3, $4. I forget sometimes. One time, loony is like.
And I thought he was talking about Bugs Bunny or some shit.
Yeah. No. All right, next book. I brought it up earlier. Again.
The hell
I'm
is
not
that?
I'm not trying to take anything from
Heroes
Thorough.
for Dial #1.
Okay.
Oh,
so
Dial H for Hero.
What?
Yeah. I fucked the title up. So here's the thing. So if you guys go back, and I just wanted to bring light to this book because he made really good points about it. And you guys know, anytime somebody has spec and I use it, I always give them credit. So big shout out to Keep It Thorough. I will never discredit anybody. This is the first appearance of Miguel Montes. He made a good argument and showed some panels. He connected some dots, and he was talking about how this could be Red X. He made a good argument that I'm thinking the same thing, to be honest with you guys. This book is pretty cheap, like especially if you're feeling Red X and you think there's a longevity and things like that. Not bad. And like I said, Thorough, he makes a really good argument for it. And
I'll have to go back and read that issue.
Say that again, sorry?
I said I'll have to go back and read that issue, but I thought, didn't something happen with the Dial H kids? I thought they fucking got killed or some shit.
Yeah, well, that's what he talks about. Like it has to be one of the characters in that with the Dial. So yeah, I don't know. And I guess Ultra dropped it. I dropped this on Wednesday presser. Okay, so he beat Thorough to it. So shout out to Ultra and Thorough. I'll give you guys both. But yeah,
interesting. That's a pretty interesting theory.
Yeah, man, he kind of sold it on me. And Ultra, I'll be honest with you, man. I was working till like 11 p.m. I was nowhere near the presser that night, so I apologize, man. If not, I would have put your name. But yeah. So again, just another book to be on the lookout for. Again, go check out Ultra and Thorough for their theories and stuff like that. But yeah, it does make you think. Guys,
if any
this
y'all
one
track down a copy of Heroes for Dial #1, I want to buy it.
maybe he got mixed up with Hero Friday. Yeah, I was looking at that Luke Cage book too. So
I like how Hidden Gem has become Newbie's attorney in this whole chat.
Who? Oh, yeah. All right, so I bring this one up. I've talked about this one a little bit, not too long ago, actually. I think the last time we brought this book up was first week of December. Again, with video games and the comics associated with them becoming hot, it's not a bad book to grab. Here's the thing. I have mine. Mine's right up there, 9.4. I think there's 28 9.8s, and then I'm the only one at 9.4, or the last time I checked anyway. So yeah, this is the first appearance of Harry Osborn as Venom and the first animated Venom. So that's not nothing. It's not nothing. I picked this book up for I think it was $10, and then I got it graded, so $50 in total, and I got 9.4. So I'm happy with it. Yeah. Is it the greatest cover? No. There's a lot of negative space there. It's horrible, but hey, it is what it is. It's not the worst cover I've seen. But again,
is that Scotty Young?
Something that if you
No, I don't think that's Scotty. That's
looks like that Dial.
No. But if you come across it, man, this is literally something that you could make something out of it. Yeah, like they're cheap enough, and a lot of people don't know about it. Like you don't see the information for this book out there. So maybe be on the lookout for it. Like I said, sometimes we give some information that you guys might not know about or is not out there. But again, you got to look at what the market is doing, right? Video games is hot, things like that. Venom is hot. The first animated Venom. Who knows where this book could go.
And the thing is, we know that symbiote firsts are usually very popular among, especially diehard Venom collectors. They usually want to grab up all those first appearances when it's related to symbiotic characters. I don't know if you remember that IDW Marvel Action series that all ages series when they released the first ever Venom for that.
The one with the Yellow Hulk?
Sorry?
The one with the Yellow Hulk?
No, not Yellow Hulk, but it was called Marvel Action Spider-Man, and it was, I believe, the first issue. No, issue 10 had the first appearance of Venom in that IDW line. That 1 in 10, I believe, is already like a $300 or $400 book at a 9.8.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's the John Boy Myers cover, which I was able to grab.
Nice.
I might have to correct my source in my work here because Justin is saying first animated Venom is the Spiders 90s show Spider-Man Adventures. I think that's a ghost book. I'll have to go check that out.
Well, yeah, there probably is one for the old Spider-Man Adventures books.
Yeah. Oh man, that was it. That was it for my spec. Shoot, well that was quick. Damn. Yeah, like I said, guys, I usually have about 4 to 5 books. I think I showed 4, but yeah, it's just been a busy week with a lot of things going on. So I apologize for that. But yeah, next week you guys will get my 4. Faces got his. Hyper has it tonight. Hyper does not have anything. So take it for what it is. But yeah, we try our best to put some information out there. All right. So we did New Comic Book Day. We did comic news. We made fun of Newbie for pronouncing things and spelling things wrong on the PowerPoint.
No, we didn't.
We gave you the spec. Yeah, Heroes for Dial, I put. This is where I want to take the time. This is where I want to take the time to get back onto that WandaVision conversation. Again, if no one has seen the last week's episode, which, I mean, it's only been 2 days, so I get it. You could have had a busy weekend. It is Valentine's Day. It is what it is. I do want to talk about it. So if you haven't watched it, I would, nicely ask you guys to leave. I would like to talk about it. So I'll give you guys a few seconds, but definitely want to be able to talk about WandaVision for a second.
There might be spoilers.
Yeah, I think that's enough time, right? I counted to 15 there. All right. Here's my theory. And obviously everyone has their theory. I mean, my girlfriend doesn't even, I don't think she watched the last episode and she has a theory, and my neighbor's got a theory and whatever.
I'm curious. Just because your girlfriend doesn't follow Marvel Comics. How does she find the show so far, though?
The first 2 episodes, she was like me. She's like, "Well, what the hell was that?"
I think most in general, the first 2 episodes, I think they were kind of like they weren't really sure what to make of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
But then afterwards, it got better. And like I said, I was on the boat of saying the first 2 episodes were horrible. I stand by that. Nobody nobody can tell me otherwise. The first 2 episodes were horrible. That's why 2 came out and they gave you a lot of hints and things like that. But it is what it is. It got better, and I knew it was going to get better.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the first 2 episodes, like I wouldn't say that they were horrible. It was just more of a head scratcher for me. I felt like there was going to be a payoff, but it was just one of those things where at the time I didn't quite get it.
Yeah. So what's up, Joker? You came just in time, brother. Big shout out to Joker. East meets West. They took a break today. They'll be back at it next Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern. If you don't know what East versus West or East meets West is, sorry, I think you're in Mars or something, but check them out. They got solid people. Joker's one of the nicest dudes around, so definitely check him out. Well, okay, so here's my theory, and I touched on it a little bit earlier in the show. I don't think Mephisto is anywhere around, man. Like I'm telling you, I don't think. I think Marvel's just being like, hey, yeah, Mephisto, and then boom, they're going here. Like I really do. So here's what I think is gonna happen. And I know probably a lot of people have already paused it and went back and watched it 2-3 times, things like that. Do you guys notice how Quicksilver keeps asking how she keeps doing it? Like a lot of comments he makes, like, hey, yeah, it's crazy. Like your husband can't die twice or blah, 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 blah. And then there's that scene where they're on the hay, that hay thing. And he's like, yeah, but like, how are you doing it? How are you doing all this?
Like,
and she kind of Yeah. Okay, here's my theory. Because the rumor is that at the end of the series, we're going to get a big actor, like a big character reveal and things like that. I think it's Magneto. I really do. I think we're going to get Magneto. I also think we're going to get mutants. This is going to be like the last 2 episodes will probably introduce us to some mutants, and then it's going to kick it off to, Doctor Strange and things like that. Guys and ladies, if you're in here, I'm telling you right now, I think Magneto is the one that shows up at the end. I'm not buying this Mephisto stuff. I'm really not. And if you have the book, if you've bought in the book, if you're on it, hey, great. I'm not telling. Like, it's just my opinion. Okay. I just think it's Magneto at the end. I think it's mutants. I think Magneto is kind of sent that Quicksilver in to be like, hey, let me know how she's doing it, because she can also change Magneto and kind of do that stuff, right? So I think Magneto knows that she has a lot of power. So I think that he's kind of just sent Quicksilver in there to kind of be like, hey, because that's the line that stood out from me for the whole show, was that whole, how are you doing it? And then she kind of goes quiet, and then.
But hold on, back up. But okay, you're saying that you think that You're saying that she thinks that Magneto probably is the one that sent Quicksilver, but in the MCU, the actual Quicksilver already died, right? The actual from Age of Ultron. So
yeah, but the Quicksilver that's in there now is not died. Like that Quicksilver that's in now is in the same thing as Magneto.
Yeah, but how would you reconcile the two, though?
I don't know, but I just think that's what it is. Like I don't know. I just think we might see Magneto at some point. I personally think Quicksilver is, like, I've heard Narc and I've heard, Snitch and things like that. Spy, like him, Jim saying. I just think he's in there for the wrong reasons, and I think we need to be more careful. I also have been saying for a while too, we have to make sure we're paying attention, to Dr. Lewis. She has a lot of tie-ins with that cosmic stuff. Thor. Jane Foster, so we got to be careful on some of the things, especially when she talks. So yeah, I don't know.
I'm kind of hoping it's not Magneto, because I'm still chasing those X-Men books. So if he comes, I'm like, God damn. Those.
She already said no more movies. I know. I just. Have you guys ever watched the show Lost?
I haven't. Actually, I never actually finished it. No.
No, Face, have you watched it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
You know when you like finished that show, you were like, what the hell just happened? Like, what? I have like 10 more answers I need now, right? Like, you never finished that episode, like, those episodes with like getting more answers. It was just more questions.
Mhm.
I think that's what happened here. I think a lot of people were expecting, you know, because of Quicksilver coming, there was going to be a little bit more action, and it wasn't. It was like, to the most part, it was just a lot of talking, a lot of, you know, investigating. You know, it was basically Vision realizing, okay, what the hell's going on? He goes outside, you know, things like that. We didn't really get action. We didn't really get confrontation or anything like that. So, I mean, from where, you know, episode 4 and 5 went, this one was a little but yeah,
You know,
we all know.
I think like one of the reasons why I like a character like Mephisto or something along those lines,
Nightmare.
it could Nightmare is another possibility. You know, someone in that kind of, you know, that vein. The reason I like them as a character to show up actually has nothing to do with WandaVision at all. It has to do with American Horror Story. And reason that is because Evan Peters is playing Quicksilver is in every season of American Horror Story, and he has played some twisted fucking just sick characters, and seeing what he's capable of in that series, it almost makes him perfect to play like that devious type of, you know, like Mephisto or Nightmare posing as Quicksilver type of a role. I mean, he's built for it.
So could this be a Kaiser Soze thing where the Quicksilver from Days of Future Past was someone else in disguise the whole time?
No, I think they're gonna run with the recast or something like that, or like, you know, whatever being it ends up being, just taking some different form, something like that.
Sam is saying there is a leaked video on YouTube. Let me repeat that. There is a leaked video on YouTube of Magneto grabbing Vision's body, but it's very blurry, but not sure if it's real or fake. Yeah, that's the thing. Me personally, like anything, when a movie comes out, I mean, let's face it, guys, there's people who have this information already. There's people who might have footage of it, right? Like, I made the mistake of clicking on a link where they had the episode where Quicksilver happened, and I literally watched like the scene where Quicksilver comes in. I didn't know if it was the end of the episode or whatever, but I knew he was coming, right? Just be careful. You never know. Obviously, everybody who speculates and flips wants to know the information, right? You want to get those books flipped and make some money. I totally get it. But it's not, I mean, I'm just thinking like Mephisto, I get it, you know. I just think, I don't know, it's too easy. You know what I mean? Like, Marvel's never been easy, and I think that's just the easy route to take, to say, oh, you know what, it's Mephisto. I've heard Nightmare. I've heard Grim Reaper. That one could be a good one too. Wonder Man is in there as well. A lot of people are talking about Wonder Man lately. I don't know how.
Blackheart, you know, son of Mephisto.
Blackheart, yeah. So there's a lot of possibilities. I just don't know, and I think a lot of people are getting just, you know, they're taking the easy route, and it's easy to, because, you know, you get that image of those Funko Pops, and there's Mephisto and things like that, and the book, you know, Silver Surfer. What is it? Silver Surfer 3 or 2? 2, right? No, 3. 3. Yeah. Heating up. It's on everybody's top 10 list. It's what everybody's talking about. So I get it. It's just, you know, Marvel sometimes throws that curveball in. So I don't know. And it's, guys, and don't forget, it's always nice to talk about the what if, or like my opinion. Like, my opinion is just, you know, more mutants are going to come in. That's what we were promised with Doctor Strange 2. And there's been those rumblings of, at the end of this series, there's going to be a big actor or actress. Who knows? I'm just saying my opinion right now. I think it's going to be Magneto.
It's
yeah, I've heard this one too. I've heard this one too, Bleeker. And I've heard this one too, Sam. I heard the Ultron one too. I just don't see the Ultron working out.
That's the thing, because there's so many possibilities that it's still very hard to. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of stronger candidates, like the ones that you mentioned, like Mephisto, Magneto, but and they all have their own arguments why they could be, that big reveal. But it's still. I mean, how many episodes do we have left at this point? We have what?
I think it's nine episodes, so we got 3 left.
Yeah. And I think 2 of them are supposed to be released on the same week.
Yeah, I think it's the last one. Yeah.
Okay.
So here's the thing. So from day one, they said WandaVision would lead to Doctor Strange. I was just about to get into that, so thank you, Justin. Yes. So that's been known, and Feige has come out and said it's going to be the connecting thing for mutants as well, right? So we know 2 things. This is going to lead into that, and we're going to get mutants. I really think that's why that Quicksilver makes sense to me. That's why I think Magneto. Yeah, I don't know. It's like who just said it? Oh, somebody just said it. Archangel. The villain is Wanda, and I truly believe that. I really do. All those beaten over Silver Surfer 3 are going to be disappointed. Yeah. Here's the thing, though. That book, I could never. I mean, I wouldn't say never, but like let's take a lower end.
Yeah, I don't
book.
think anybody from Silver Surfer 3 is going to be disappointed.
It's still a good book to have, I mean, regardless.
Right? Yeah, it's a couple $1,000s. I think they'll be okay.
Even before this, like a low grade was still getting you $300-400, right? Like let's be real. That's facts, right?
And the thing is, Mephisto will come to the MCU sooner, not sooner or later, but eventually.
Yeah.
He just has to make his way.
This is what Ultron, or this is what Ultron. This is what. Let me start over. Hold on a sec. What Ultra Maximus is saying is Hayward is Ultron. The Ultra and Ultron threw me off. So what Ultra is saying is Hayward is Ultron. Okay, so I just heard about this theory. I think it was like Friday or yesterday. I can't remember when. And it was one of those where I'm like, okay. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's a good theory, but then again, this is what makes this community great, because we get all these theories and we get all these things and things like that. So, yeah, I don't know.
I'm disappointed they didn't give Sparky more longevity.
Who?
Sparky.
Oh, the dog.
Creating future villain. Monica said, "It's all Wanda. End of story." That is true too. Yes. Okay, so here's the thing too. Here's the question I want to ask, because I think it was last week's episode where everybody went nuts, and it was that. Well, okay, I'll say the comment from last week, but then I want to focus on the comment that was made on this past episode. Was last week there was that line that Monica said where she was like, "I know an astrophysicist," I think it was, a friend of hers. And I haven't really heard too much about that. And then in this episode, she said she knows somebody that can get her in, a friend of hers.
There is one person. I mean, there is one name that I've heard being, tossed around.
What's the name?
Newbie's gonna love it.
Blue Marvel.
I don't love that though. I don't. That's too easy. That's too easy.
Just because in the comics he does have a connection with Monica Rambeau. Like,
I don't know that that's an easy solution for that at all.
I think Mephisto.
Blue Marvel's a really underrated character to try and bring in.
But listen, everybody knew. Well, if I say everybody because I just assume everybody knows. But like Blue Marvel is like Monica's like love interest. Like they have a relationship, right? So I think that's where a lot of heat happened too. Was Monica's going to be in this, so Blue Marvel's got to be in it, or Blue Marvel is coming, and I get that, but I just don't. I've been let down, and I love Marvel, guys. I love Marvel. I love this stuff. I just think it's too easy, and I just don't think they make it easy. You know what I mean?
Just the way that they're hyping this dude at the other end of the phone, it can't be just some random Joe Blow. It has to be someone of significance that that they're really building this guy up. That they won't even tell us his name.
Yeah. You got to remember too. Before I continue, sorry. Big shout out to Vancouver Comic Junkie, Canadian, obviously Vancouver. I just saw when we went live. He went live and did a show. I think he called it like "Fuck it, I'm going live" or something. This guy's got so much knowledge, so much, and you guys have heard me say it. My Latin roots, Fuego. He's got a lot of Fuego books. Crazy, like just crazy. The books he has. He's been collecting for a while. Really one of the nicest dudes in the community. He's been a little absent on his channel, but make sure you guys go sub him. Go follow him on Instagram. He's a solid dude. Posts a lot of great books. I know a lot of the guys in the chat follow him. So yeah, definitely. And again, the Canadians, let's help each other out. Let's go sub Vancouver Comic Junkie for sure.
And there's another dude that actually popped in the chat. James from King of the Golden State. He was in the chat. I just saw him. He's usually on the East meets West. I don't think I've seen him in the chat for a bit. So I don't know if he's been there before. It could have been his first time.
Yeah. Hank Pym, yeah, King Golden State. I messaged him a few times early on in my thing. Yeah, he's on East meets West a few times. Yeah, one of the good guys in the collect. Man, I talk about him. I talk about him so much with like regards to like some of the books he pulls and finds. That Spawn book that he found in a dollar bin and he sold it for like, I think it was like $4 or $5 grand or something like that. It's just crazy, man.
Yeah, I think he just.
Oh, sure, come on. Oh wait. Oh, okay.
Yo, what if it's Iron Man's leg?
Yeah,
Ultra, I thought you were saying being the villain. Sorry, man. Would they tie this in with Armor Wars and things like that, though?
That's
you
a
think?
I don't think that's a tie that people would really want.
Yeah, I've heard this one too. I've heard Mr. Fantastic too. That one's one that's really coming up a lot lately. I don't know. I think we can all agree we see Wanda as the villain. I know a lot of people are saying Blue Marvel and Mephisto. I'm just done with Mephisto. Could he come in at some point? Yeah, absolutely. I just don't think they're going that route.
Are you saying that you'd be disappointed if you saw Mephisto? Because I for one, if he actually shows up, I actually would. I would be pleasantly surprised.
No. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm just saying I think it's too easy. You know what I mean? Like if it turned out to be it, I'd be like, oh. I mean, it's dope. It's amazing that it's happening. I would just feel a little let down because of the fact it's kind of been thrown in my face. Like, hey, Mephisto, it's Mephisto. At this point, I kind of want it to be anybody but Mephisto to be like, oh shoot, okay, we need to have like a season 2,
But that's the thing. I think maybe he is too much of an obvious choice. It has other people speculating other characters. For all you know, it actually could end up being Mephisto.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if it's Reed Richards. Yeah, I think that one's a little far fetched. I think they're not going to connect any Fantastic Four to any of these shows right now. I think they're focused on the mutant stuff. And like I said, my theory is Magneto at the end. I think the Quicksilver is from Magneto, the one Magneto that we have seen so far from that universe. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Magneto. Like I said, it's all theory. It's all fun and games. Like, it is what it is. You're too nice. No, man. I think it's just the Canadian, the Canadian side of me. I think I'm sub to Vancouver. Yeah, he's got a lot of great stuff. Like all of us, we're busy, so some of his shows. I know the last 2 Fridays he hasn't gone, but like previously he has. So yeah, check him out. He usually unboxes like fire books, man. Like I'm talking giant size X-Men 7.0, ASM 129 7.0 or 7.5, things like that. So definitely check that out. 5,500. Yeah, King. Okay, so King Golden State sold that Spawn book. I think he found it in a dollar bin, and he ended up selling it for 5,500. So again, another reason why you have to go into the dollar bins and make sure you guys are going through those books. You never know what you're gonna find in there, man.
He picked up in his recent IG post. I saw him. He picked up like a pair of Mace Windu 5, which I even picked up myself, and that book's like a $400 book, a 9.8, and he just grabbed that in the back issue.
Yeah. It can't be Mr. Fantastic. Yeah, I don't think so either. Angel is saying it's Victor Doom.
I will say I would be a bit disappointed if that's how they introduced him into the MCU. If it was through the WandaVision series, I kind of, yeah, I'm really hoping it's not Von Doom.
Yeah.
I think it's too early for that. I really do. I think they know. And let's be real, guys. I'm going to say all the Fantastic Four stuff has been garbage, and it is a major player. Fantastic Four is a major player in what happens. If they can finally hit it, think of all the doors they open with Fantastic Four. And I'm a huge Fantastic Four guy. I love Fantastic Four. I love the early comics. I love that whole aspect of it. They need to hit on it. So I don't think that they would bring it in one of the shows. I really don't. You're not going to bring John Krasinski in, who I think will be Fantastic Four. And I think we all think it's going to be. I just don't think you bring him in at in a show like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know people just want to see a big name, but I think people might be a bit too disappointed if they're expecting like an A-tier character to show up. For all we know, it could be someone in the B level.
It very well could. I think
what if
I haven't seen yet.
Say that again. What?
I think it's going to be a character that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, absolutely. Core is saying, what if they actually play it out as Wanda is just a villain for the whole time? The whole next phase of the MCU. She just gone rogue because of everything that's gone down.
So more or less like the House of M kind of storyline.
Yeah. What's up, 1-2? Very true. Quicksilver told the twins to raise hell demon spawn.
Yes, he did.
Vancouver saying, I'm coming back, guys. Lots of new stuff. Yeah, so definitely. Like I said, he's been busy, like a lot of people are, but I like to promote and send people certain ways. You never know who you're going to meet in YouTube or IG, but he's one of the guys I chat with. He posts a lot of good things, and I support good people. So yeah, definitely go check out Vancouver Comic Junk. Giant size X-Men will blow up. Oh, dude, yeah. But here's the thing, and I've said this.
And we need to put Sean Miller on the timeout. We need to put Sean Miller on for his recent comment.
Personally, I see Zac Efron as a good.
Sean, you're walking a very thin.
No, I could actually. He could play. I mean, he's basically a douchebag in real life, so he could play a douchebag on TV.
Court, damn it! I'm calling it. It's Mole Man.
Bro, you weren't supposed to tell anybody that yet. Spoilers.
Who says they are even going to show up? And it wasn't just a one-off line like the Wakanda's Earthquake Namor line from Endgame. Yeah, and we're still kind of wondering what that Earthquake. I mean, like me personally, my opinion was Namor, and you saw like right after that movie, if you go look at the sales, what popped off? Fantastic Four #4 for the people who could afford it. It kind of turned out to be,
and that's Submariner one.
Yeah, it got a lot of people turning that book into a $2,000 book for low end, and then the Submariner #1. Like that's the next book you grab, and you see the prices. Now, I will say this: Submariner #1 has seen a huge drop.
Well, it's like out of sight, out of mind at this point.
Exactly. Right? So, I mean, I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm looking for that book because no one's talking about it, and no one's thinking about it, and that's kind of when you want to buy these books.
And Freaky, I would agree that 80 Schwarzenegger could have played Colossus with his flat top, but I don't know if I want to see present-day Schwarzenegger playing Colossus. I think those times have passed.
Vancouver Junkie. Hey, you never know. You never know, man. You never know. Subby 1 is a crazy steal right now. Yeah, dude. Like from where it was Endgame, even like before COVID, like I remember people were like posting this book like crazy. So yeah, I think King of Golden State's picking it up.
Yeah, He's gonna probably find it in the back issue somewhere.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. You know what the crazy thing is? All those California guys, like, just think of how many people are in California, and then they go to their shops like Manny, Decor, all these guys, and they find all this stuff, and I'm like, what?
Here's
like,
the thing, like, it boggles my mind too, because Montreal's not as populated as California, but I find that there are so many sharks in my city that some of my long boxes get picked dry before I can get to the store. So I don't know where these guys are shopping, or if they have like a back room at their LCS where they can pick through these long boxes. But yeah, they always seem to find fire.
It's crazy to me. Like I always laugh because like Manny will post, he'll tag me in some stuff where it's like, hey man, I know you were talking about this book, right? And then he like walks into a store and it's like literally right there for like $2 to $5. And I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
So Namor is coming soon enough, probably in the next Black Panther. Yeah, I think that was what everybody thought. Here's the thing though, with the events of Black Panther and T'Challa not being there, I could totally just see it more as a Wakanda, not really crazy action, but just yet kind of what's going to happen. So I don't know. I don't know if they're going to bring him in super quick because we also have to know who's going to take that mantle, right? One of the biggest spec books, who's going to be Black Panther? Yeah, I think a lot of people are thinking that, man. Like thinking of who's going to take it, and that's going to be a huge book, but I don't think it's going to be his son. They have to bring in so many people.
I've heard that whole
Yeah, there's
theory.
a lot of moving parts for that.
Yeah, the whole sun theory. I've heard that. I don't know. Personally, I find it's a bit of a stretch at this point.
It would be cool, and I mean, it's something that might be feasible if they have more time and more setup. But I think being that the Black Panther franchise is so new and so undeveloped so far, there's no storm or anything yet, so it's just hard to bring him in right now.
And it's almost like, where does that leave the other character? In, what's her name? Nakia?
Nakia.
Yeah, I don't know why I said Nokia.
And Face brought up a good point. You also have to look at the fact of, the timelines for things, right? Like we haven't seen T'Challa with the woman. We haven't seen anything, right? It's still fairly new. So
we have Nokia. Yeah.
We don't know too much. So, we just got to keep into consideration all that stuff. So I doubt they go that route. But, hey, that's why the spec game is so much fun. Archangel, if I'm wrong, I'm giving you permission to DM me and say, I told you so. And I'll be the first one to be like, yeah, man, congratulations. Like anything, right? You never know. Okay, guys. So just a few announcements before we take off. One, we will be back on Tuesday. We will be talking about actually something that we've been talking about throughout this chat. We're going to be talking Fantastic Four speculation. So that should be fun. Definitely check us out. 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, as always. Tomorrow, I will be on. I should have got the visual for it. Tomorrow, I will be on Roger Levesque's channel, 7 p.m. Eastern time. 3 Men in the Basement with Roger. I said 7 p.m. Yeah, so 7 p.m. Eastern on Roger's 3 Men in the Basement. I'll be there. I'll be his guest. Tune in, man. It's going to be a fun time. I've watched this show in the past. Roger's a great guy. He goes by the Cranky Canadian. But I think he lives in like Connecticut or something. So
yeah,
he was born in Canada, moved to the U.S. So, but nevertheless, Roger's one of the solid dudes. He's hilarious. He's fun. I've seen him from afar, and I've seen him on Drunken Chat when we were both on there. Great guy. It just kind of worked out that we could do it. So, yeah, tomorrow, guys, you're going to get 3 straight days of movie. Today, tomorrow at 7 p.m., and then Tuesday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Next Tuesday, if you got to pick a Tuesday, I mean, I wouldn't advise you to miss a Tuesday, but we're going live, like I said, this Tuesday, Fantastic Four Spec. Next Tuesday, we're going to do Grail versus Grail. We got a few Grails. We're putting 2 books up, same price points, things like that. We're going to talk about them. I'm sure the chat will go a little crazy with it, have their own ideas, so definitely tune in for that. Also, coming up soon on my channel, I'm going to be dropping another unboxing, and I got a 2,000 subscriber giveaway that I will be announcing. I'm gonna try to make it big. I'm gonna try to make it nice. You know, I like to give back to the community and give thanks to everybody that supports, that watches. So definitely want to say that. I haven't decided on what the giveaway is gonna be. I have a few books in mind. I'm just trying to figure it out. So yeah, but I think we're like 300 away from 2,000. So yeah, that's all the announcements from me. Hyper, what do you got coming up?
You know, just trying to pump out content on both IG and YouTube. I know I said I was supposed to be dropping my couple of my unboxings. Stuff kind of got in the way this weekend, so I'm hoping to get that done this week. So yeah, check that out on my YouTube channel.
It's gonna be fun. And Face, what do you got coming up, brother?
Listen to Hyper being all modest. We actually got a project that me and Hyper are working on together that we will hopefully be coming to you guys within the next couple weeks.
Yeah, I don't want to reveal that yet until we actually have that finalized. That's why I didn't mention it yet.
I mean, we can tell them we're working on it.
All right, fine.
It can be a surprise.
Definitely. Yeah, and I think it's not official yet, but I will be doing something with Vancouver Comic Junkie. Excuse me. I'll probably hop on his show with some unboxing of his. Like I said, he's a solid dude. I enjoy talking to him, learning from him, things like that. And again, fellow Canadian. So, but yeah, I'll definitely be hopefully jumping on that. And I got a few other projects happening as well. You guys have heard me say, you know, we've only been doing. Actually, I was gonna say this at the beginning of the show. Tomorrow will be Newbie's 9 months on YouTube. That's 9 months. That's it, just 9 months. So I want to thank everybody who supports.
Are you gonna have a baby?
Who supports, who tunes in, everything. If you just do it on IG, on Instagram, or come here, you know, whatever, or come for 2 seconds, or whatever the case may be, I appreciate it very much. If you would have told me 9 months ago I would be where I am right now, meeting all the people in the community and things like that, I probably wouldn't have believed you. That's not a cliche. So definitely big shout out to the community. It's only been 9 months. That's crazy. I feel like I've been doing this for like 5 years, but yeah. So that's our show. Vancouver, probably next week when the book's yeah. So I'll be promoting it and things like that. Definitely want you guys to check him out. But yeah, guys, I'll leave you with this. On this Valentine's Day. Oh no, it's not Valentine's Day anymore. It's 2 minutes over. I'll leave you with this, as I always do. You never know who you're gonna meet in the chats. So you never know who's selling anything, looking to buy, or looking for information. Definitely sub everyone up, support the community, grow the community. And with that, guys, we're out. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 3 Men in the Basement at 7 p.m. or Tuesday right here at 9:30.
Peace.